Yo, yo, yo. Let me know what's good, people. How we doing? How we feeling? How we looking? Good morning, King Carnage. Good morning, E. Good morning, Gold Creation. Good morning, Aloha. Much love to you as well. Thanks for all you do in the community work as well. Thank you, man. Good morning, BB fam. No work today. Gotta chill with the squad today. Oh, you get to chill with the squad today. Let me word that correctly. What's up, Aloha? How you doing? Excuse me. All right, should be good. All right, we'll continue to hope that the music keeps playing. It should. I found a new playlist. We got new graphics. We had an early morning graphic saying starting stream soon. I did some work last night. I actually found like a decent music playlist that's not copyright. It's made by like a professional like group or whatever. It's not gonna be like, you know, the greatest of music, but it's gonna be better than what we had on. Good morning, Optioneer. Good to see you. Make sure to share the stream link around, guys. It does help out a lot. Remember, this week we're gonna try to do Tuesday and Thursday as member only streams, so those will be unlisted links. So I'll do those on this channel unlisted. I'll link it to whoever's in Discord and whoever's on YouTube all at once, and then we'll do that. But yeah, that'll be fun. So you just have to be a member of YouTube or Discord, and then you can have access to the link. Yo, what's up, Andrew? Good to see you, man. Hope your weekend was good. Robert Taylor won't be trading today, but hope you lads make lots of gains. Dropping a like on the stream. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Rob Taylor's a real one. And yeah, if you guys are in the Discord, make sure to go check out some of the posts that I've already put up. I put up something in levels. I put up in something in extra levels channel. So I'm everywhere today. We're finally having a real first week of the year. It's pretty awesome. 1 week was about, you know, halfway divided from last year into the next. The next week we had a day off, you know, and it kind of heads the Friday into kind of a solo island day, which it wasn't a bad day, but it also wasn't amazing. So it's not like we missed much on Friday. Missed the lower open, which that was kind of early on indication of probably going down. And then I have the level deleted now, but there's another bigger time frame level about right here, I believe, or here. It's one of the two. And you can see not much room was made from that either, so Friday really wasn't that crazy. So I'm kind of glad I wasn't here. But the how many times did we stream last week? 2 or 3 times? I think it was 2 times. No, it was 3 because I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Either way, each stream we took trades in or called out trades and went together. So I'll try to keep that same energy for the Tuesday and Thursday streams for sure, because that was a lot of fun. It wasn't just like, oh, we're winning. It was also the fact of like we were going over things as it was happening or before it was happening, and then bam, which is kind of what I do in every stream. I guess it's kind of stupid to be like, oh, we did it this stream. It was so cool. It really wasn't that cool, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, that's why on my tweet and then in chat last week, I was saying, you guys definitely got to check out the first like 60, 70, 80, 90 minutes of the streams. Because I'd say it's where like most of the serious stuff is. And then everything after that's just like me having fun. But yeah, be sure to share the stream around and drop a like on the stream. Highly appreciated. Oh, and before the market opens, which that's about to happen any second now, we're actually going to be looking above. I'm sorry, I'll start with the seller side. Really need to see outside of 574 for more downside, which is where we're going to be starting above. We'll be starting right under this level. We'll be about right here. So pretty nice drop overnight, or over the weekend, I should say. And then I also said or retakes of previous day low, and then I put the level in parentheses, but that's this level here. So I mean, in all honesty, like in short, for buyers, I need to see something over previous day low or over this dotted orange line, which is this day's halfway point. So pretty big fights by the buyers is what I need to see for them to show up, unless I see something here settle and build over the first like hour and a half, which is very possible. So kind of already taking the bulls out of the equation until we see something else. Sellers are already in control. You can see that over the past couple days. But if you go to the bigger time frame, this is where it gets interesting. We'll do this for a second. Actually, no, we could leave it here. Y'all can see that. You can see here I don't have all emerging candles drawn here yet. But you can see here we have this gap. We're already under that, right? And that was kind of what I was looking for, because the fact that we did this, retook, did this, wicked, went back up. This was the first time we actually broke this low, right, of this right here, and didn't go back up, right? Which is kind of interesting. So I'm not really surprised to see us have another down day. So I guess what we're looking for now is either a retake of 576.70, which could be a good sign that buyers are trying to just show up at all to any extent. Maybe hit the halfway point of this gap. But that's really all we got working for them. Rejection of this level is not good. Break of today's open, not good, because we already have indications bears are here. 574 breaks, that's just more fuel to the fire. Alright, back down on the smaller time frame. I just had to make sure. I don't know about y'all, but I've actually been kind of vibing with the... Oops, yeah, 3, not 4. This is the 5-minute chart. Let me do this so you're not blinded by everything. This is the 5-minute chart. This is the 1 minute. If anybody ever has questions about the strategy we use in here or anything around it, just ask. Just don't be that person that waits till I hit the end stream button to start spamming me a bunch of stuff, because I can't take it. You gotta ask your questions on here or in the trade floor, where we can work on it as a group. Yo, what's up, Kevo? Good to see you. Just Kevo. It's just Kevo, guys. Relax. Good morning, Dr. J. Good morning, Mikey. Good to see you all. As I said before, definitely share the stream link around. It definitely helps out a ton. Actually, could someone repost it in trade floor in a second? Speaking of trade floor, holy crap, React. Yo, good morning, Chase. What does that say? Oh, Chase H. At first, I thought that was something else. Good morning. Let me know if the music is too quiet or too loud. On my end, it looks like it's perfect, but I'm just double checking. And yeah, I saw the comments on the new graphics. It only took me a little bit on the thumbnail thing, but for the for the stream starting soon screen, if you were at the beginning of stream and saw that, that took me a lot longer. But it wasn't. I didn't have to make much. It was just the idea of it took me a minute, because I was like, wait a minute, I can just put moving picture behind still not moving picture, and it'll look cool. That was the whole idea. Yo, what's up, HVAC? What's up, Will? Music is good. Thank you, Gold Creation. Let's just hope they're non-copyright, like they said they are. It's man, YouTube is weird. Something will literally say in the description, DMCA, don't worry about being copyright striked. We won't claim it. You can totally use our stuff for free. Doesn't say anything about anything else. That's all it says, right? Then you go do it. Those people can report you for a copyright strike, and it's like, what? Like they're like baiting people. Nice retake of today's open, but again, until we see another level break as well, we're just seeing 50-50s. So if we could see a break of this level here, that'd be really nice. At least a nice start for buyers. But that's all this really is, just a 50-50. If we see a rejection of this level, definitely not bullish. If we see a rejection and a break of current day open after that, definitely super bearish. As you can see, we're already a little bearish. We've already seen the lower open happen. I haven't even drawn the overnight gap because I just figured I'll just keep my same levels on. But I am curious, where does that 50% go? So here's previous day close. Here is today's open. Okay, so it's around that level. All right. Yeah, I don't need to add it. Tesla's at the 385 level. Bad. I'm glad you said that, man. Thank you, because not everybody in YouTube is in the premium section as well. But yeah, 385 is a pretty fucking important level today. For this chart. The reason I actually chose this, if you ever see me post in the premium section, I always start with the daily time frame to find what I'm looking for. Today, what I liked about this chart is not only are we above a big resistance and we've pulled down very heavily. If you draw a fib from here to here, this is actually a calculated rejection, so it's beautiful. So this is just a push into the support after a calculated rejection. So it's actually pretty 50-50 that it can break this support here at 373. So I was just watching to see if we break this anything here, can we make it to here, right? And if not, then we should be going back up, but it wouldn't be going past 390, right? So biggest day this has, most likely, is between these two levels, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking for on Tesla. Oh, my bad, it's not even showing on this chart. Which it's already holding 385, which is beautiful, so longs are looking a lot better, but any loss of this, not looking good. It's in the same seat as most of the market right now, though. So some of my game plans are going to be a little repetitive today, but it's just how it is sometimes. Things are connected. I say things, the stock market. And then this needs to get back to the 5 minute. And we did get a little bit of rejection of 570, 670. Nothing crazy yet, but good start. Well, how was everyone's weekend? Now that I've finished yapping a little bit here at the open to kind of give ourselves some game plans here. What's everyone been doing this weekend? I know Andrew went ice fishing, which looked really cool as well. What was everyone else up to? Oh, Maddie, you were ice fishing as well. I thought I only quickly read through y'all's conversation, but I thought I saw you say you had been before. I didn't realize you were also doing it that literal same weekend. Damn, okay. Yeah, I didn't read it all the way through, clearly. Damn, nice though. That sounds fun. It looked badass, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see y'all's pictures, I'm like, what the hell? Kevo said, was just chilling watching the NFL games. Yeah, how about them Texans, man? You're about to see everything I told you come to fruition, though. You're about to see the most boring, or up there boring, Super Bowls ever. Because we're not going. The ice was sketchy, kept you puckered up, I bet. If you guys want, you can actually add this level here. It's the... Also, real quick, if you go to your settings, there's a setting called Snap Drawings 2, and then it says OHLC. Make sure that says that. Hit apply, then OK. it'll allow you to snap to, you know, parts of the candle a lot quicker and accurately. So I don't have to exactly be on 570, 577 there, but that is today's open. So a little bit of a liquidity grab here, but no retake of anything. Kind of seeing another one here if we retake it again here. Any rejections of this though, that's definitely falling down very quickly. Most likely. I don't want to sit here and be like, yeah, it's definitely falling. You're liking Tesla Poots here. Poor Moderna. There's nothing we can do with Moderna now. Alright, and we did reject the 575.77. If we get a nice push away on this candle or next couple of candles, they're on the right side chart. That would look really good for some short-term downside. And yeah, like I said before, guys, definitely share the stream around. Drop a like on today's stream. If you're just now tuning in, I saw more people tune in just now. Definitely go back to I would go back a couple, just literally maybe 5 minutes. You like just missed us going over literally everything on SPY. My other monitor, I have the sectors watch list up right now. And yeah, I see 385 is definitely struggling on Tesla. Damn, I'm just now seeing Apple. It's not a good start for them. Poor coin. Amazon, Meta, Google, Nvidia. Oh no, Nvidia didn't fall right at the open. Okay, so there are a couple weights that didn't just fall right at the open, but a majority of them did. Another big interesting thing to note this week that not a lot of people are going to mention, because this is kind of a boring sector, but banks have a lot of earnings this week. If you guys didn't see the post either from last night by Sandollar or by Eric this morning, but there are a lot of banks reporting this week. I think it's on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember. I'll have to go re-look again, but I think it's Wednesday. There are a lot of banks reporting, and why that's important right now is because banks have suddenly become over the past couple weeks or months, it didn't just happen, it's been happening, but they're the second largest weight in SPY right now. So that is pretty damn important. So that'll definitely have some contribution to if we're going up or down, kind of mid part of this week, in my opinion. So I think tomorrow can be I think honestly this whole week can be great, maybe except Wednesday. Or Thursday morning, I should say. Maybe Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning, the trading won't be as great, but I think the entire week beyond that's going to be great. Just based on where we are on the daily on SPY and the different events that are happening this week. That's my take. If anybody has anything else to say, I'll read it out loud. I'm not just trying to sit here and be like, yeah, we're definitely going to go down or we're definitely going to go up. Like, no, I'm just kind of taking it in stride. That'd be crazy after doing this. They retook this. That'd actually be massive, because that would probably send this through this level if that happened from here. Because this looks so good for downside. This popping back up the very next candle. This is the kind of energy that buyers need to have, though, to have any kind of chance today, just because of where they have already started. You know, we started damn near $5 down from Friday. And that's just SPY. I'm not even reading out some of the worst ones. There's big drops like on Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. Meta is down $13 as I speak right now. Google, Nvidia. I mean, none of these are up right now. They either open low or they sold off right at the beginning of the day, or both. Ditto Moderna. I was waiting for Optioneer to type. I want to short USO, but I'm giving it another 15 minutes. Those Apple 237 at 50 puts January 24th I had are 250%. Damn. And yeah, they did go right through that level on the first candle. It's pretty normal to see that happen. I mean, maybe not on this one because this was like the first few minutes of the day. They're kind of just balancing out. But now that we know where the levels are at this point in the chart, you know, the fact that they did this move here, and then before that 5-minute candle closes, they're doing this. On the 1 minute, you can see, I mean, you can see on the 5-minute what happened, but on the 1 minute, you can see is a little different than that. There's a very obvious bearish retest, but it wasn't 8:45 yet, so that's why I wasn't really that excited yet. And of course, we could see here, halfway into that 5-minute candle, on the 1 minute chart, huge liquidity grab. You know, they're making it look really juicy for downside. This 5-minute candle, actually, that's pretty crazy. On the 5-minute there, it did close. It's kind of what we talked about last week, if anybody remembers some of those conversations. The liquidity grabs have been crazy lately. Let me fix my freaking chart. 10. Nobody else did anything this weekend? Everybody just chilled? Hmm? Again, just for quick briefing updates, and it's not going to show right now, but definitely check this in about like 14 minutes or so, maybe 20. This will release really good updates, but it's also cool to read though before it comes out because there's like a corporate news thing. You can see if there's any like news you just didn't see. Like right here, Jamie Dimon, the JPM CEO, cautiously pessimistic about the U.S. economy. Planning new iPhone, no shit, and AI features this year. AI features, bro. AI features. Love that. And then Moderna announced their business update and progressed across its pipeline of Moderna medicines. Fiscal year 2025 revenues below consensus. Rest in peace. They're already shooting themselves in the foot, and it's only the 13th of January. To acquire intracellular, I don't even want to read the rest of that one, but J&J doing stuff apparently. Alright, that's about it actually. Some cool Japanese bank info though. Yeah, we'll check that again here in a bit when it updates, but I love that website. You don't even have to log in, and it gives you accurate info very, very quickly. Yeah, AI. Yeah, tons of AI references. Can't wait to see more of them. Ha ha ha. Not. Sitting on my hands first 30 minutes. It's definitely not a problem in gold creation. You only got another 12, 13 minutes or so. I am liking this too. I like this pullback. Another break over this would be beautiful. I'm really not that excited until it's over this level, but this level here is not an emergent candle. It's the beginning of that gap. So it would be interesting to see them start under the gap, like filling it basically from the daily time frame. Sorry, I need to probably clarify that. So seeing a retake on smaller time frames here would actually be pretty nice. This is a pretty ultimate level though. This is like a really big pivot point. Or could be, I should say. Could be a huge pivot point today. Hold up, I need some water. My throat's just rough in the morning. I don't know what it is. I didn't even do anything. Sitting on my Pokemon. Are you going to open those or are you reselling all those? I'm assuming those are all for resale, right? I didn't read your message slow enough, but did you say you bought 10 of those in that picture? You're keeping 2? Are you keeping 2 like long term to like sell later, or are you like keeping 2 to open them? I mean, that would be pretty cool to open like a pretty dope card. Get that adrenaline rush, you know what I'm saying? Selling 8. Oh, you're opening them tonight. You should do them on like a like recorded or something. And then if you don't get anything good, just don't post it. Be like, yeah, guys, I got some shit. And then if you do get something sick, it's like, yo, dude, you gotta check this out. You could post it in chat. Damn, okay, bet. Yeah, I mean, I'm not into, like, opening cards, but that sounds pretty dope. At least for, like, Pokemon. I don't think I've ever opened cards for Pokemon. I've played Pokemon, like the video games, but I've definitely seen people make a crap ton of money on cards for all kinds of stuff, so it's insane. The fact you have that whole advantage, too, of, like, it costs more in America, costs less in Canada type thing, too, that's kind of cool. If you get nothing, I'm opening the others. I'm going back on my word if I don't get anything on these 2 whole boxes. Yo, what's up, Sinful? Good to see you. Yeah, Bruv coin. Is Bruv coin actually down 75%? Don't joke. Don't joke about Bruv coin. What is the opposite of a bruv? If bruh and bruv are a thing, what is for sis? You can't really put V behind sis. Bruv coin. I don't know what's better sounding, Bruv coin or Squid Games coin. I swear if the market moves up today and Inverse Kramer is right, I will strictly buy based off his word. I mean, what's your example? Like, up from what? Up from today's open? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we went up from there. From previous day close, that would be impressive. So I guess it depends what you mean today. What you mean by market moving up. Because a lot of the markets got that lower open effect, so it's going to be a little hard. It's going to have that lingering, just kind of feeling. I really like this retake of 576.70, guys. If this holds over this, it's a pretty good sign that we do want to try to move up towards previous day low, which is that very next level above. A rejection here would be a little awkward because that would probably keep us in range of 575.70, 576.70 for a little while. That's why I say awkward, because they'd probably have to spend some time there, and then we'll see what trend develops and then what ends up happening. He said, I don't know, mine are down 50. Oh, you're talking about like the past couple weeks. I mean, if nothing changes fundamentally, we should do what you just typed, though. The only thing that can really stop us from moving up over the next couple weeks, you know, what I'm about to say is over the next couple weeks, maybe even couple months if it's slower. But I mean, that's technically what should happen, honestly. I wouldn't really give any credit to Kramer or anything. Unless job data continues to get, you know, go to the direction it's been going. That's honestly why we're even talking about inflation again. Yeah, this could be a pretty awesome next 3-4 years. Yo, good morning, Ace. Good to see you, man. Good morning to you as well. Good move here from 576.70 on the 1 minute. 5 minutes still has another minute and a half. Good morning, D-Touch. Good to see you. Damn, all the gangs here today. Ace has been saving the planet, apparently. I don't know where he's been. I hope he's okay, though. He's probably putting on his cape and, you know, doing his thing. We got CS tonight. If anybody will get on. I've been playing solo, bro. I've been finding other games to play. Oh my gosh, what a nice move here. Sorry, I was trying to read chat at the same time. Let me move this back over now that we can see a little more. Let's go. I'm just happy we talked about this level a little bit more after. Put a little more emphasis on this level. And we're almost with that 5-minute candle close too. Very, very nice. See, guys, this is why you always like keep that in the back of your head. Like, well, what if buyers did this? You know, this could be something. And sometimes those situations don't pop up before the open, right? Like I would say today, it was a little sketchy to say where you're trying to buy above before the open. But then after we saw a little bit of this, and then what I mean by this is we lost today's open and then retook it. That's a lot of energy built up to go up, right? But it's the first time we did it, so it's not really fair to say we should go through this level. The fact that we did it a second time with a lot more candles is even more impressive. And we talked about us probably smacking this level within one candle. We literally did it the same candle. We talked about it. And then we kind of talked about probably getting a little bit of a slowdown before retaking this level again, which would be a little bit more enticing to catch a buyer move on towards whatever the next level is. So previous day low. So nice move so far. Might not be done. Yo, and good stuff. I'm just not reading the chat. Good stuff. Kevo, 30%. Good job, Andrew. He said it just went to 20. Yeah, it's pretty funny when I see y'all type that stuff because I know exactly what you mean when y'all are like, holy, like, I know you're not like freaked out because it's like 20, 30%. Like, you're freaked out because it just went from probably 0% to 20, 30% in a matter of seconds. It is kind of exciting to see some of those moves happen super quick. But that's why you have to trade around important levels. If you do anything beyond that, you're not going to see that ever happen. You're always going to be in a very slow contract or it's not going to do shit. It's like, yeah, bro, because your entry sucks. If you're just buying and saying, I'm expecting to go up today, yeah, I mean, you might not always get a favorable move. So that's why it's important to always trade around the pivot levels, the important levels where we're definitely going to make moves from. It just isn't always going to give us a favorable move. Sometimes we're just not going to get a good move. That's fine. We'll just deal with that. Getting really close to that next level. This is the previous day low we're about to hit with our 1 minute candle here. Let me move this chart up now a little bit. Now that I can justify doing that. And there we go. We'll just show that area up here. Which, if you don't know what any of this is, any of these levels, you just gotta watch the video. I posted a video yesterday, which I haven't always done, but I guess I'm gonna start doing from now on, each Sunday. But if you're a YouTube member or Discord member, there's a video for you. If you're in Discord, it's in the levels channel. If you're a YouTube member, it's just in that membership section. And we got pretty close to hitting that level already. It's weird. Like, you look, if you're focused on this chart, you're like, damn, it feels like 20 minutes have gone by. You look over here, like, wow, that was only one candle. You watched it twice. You're a real one. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I rewatched it. I rewatched my own video. I watched it on Discord though, so I didn't even give myself a view, but I mainly did it because it was just like, I don't know, it was kind of nice to like look over the info, and then I covered it, and then afterwards I rewatched it again, and it was like, okay, yeah, this is what I want. Which, it kind of sucks we opened lower, but that's exactly what I talk about at the end of the video. I didn't just go over the game plan, I also went over a bunch of cool little details on the side. Around, you know, no matter what happens. But it was just nice having that video because it shows where I'm getting the levels from, what we're going to do around them, or what we're planning to do around them, you know. Yo, good stuff, Kyle. He said, good morning, brother. Made my first 390 on a fib retrace. Dude, kick ass. Dude, fibs are the best. And they're so basic, they're simple, they make you think in a more simplistic way. You're not making things super complex. You feel like a genius afterwards, but you know that it doesn't take, you know, a whole lot to get that on your chart. And it feels good. It's simple, it's super effective. 2S paper trade, dude, good shit. Yeah, keep getting those reps, keep getting those reps, not preps, reps. It's like going to the gym or practicing sports, or, I mean, literally practicing anything in life. You're just not going to be good at it or even have a chance of being good at it if you're, you know, not doing it over and over again, or practicing or getting those reps over and over again. Oh, is pre-market high right there? I honestly marked it, and then I looked at it, and I was like, okay, this doesn't affect anything I planned. So I just didn't keep it on my chart. But yeah, if you guys call it out, you're not going to see me bug out. No, good call out. It's another notable level. Also, does anybody... If somebody remembers this, I will actually remember your name for the rest of my life. But what level did we just smack? Now, I don't have it on my screen right now. And don't say pre-market high. Kevin just pointed that out. What level did I go over that's right here? It's a level that's right under this level. And there's a level that's right over this level that we drew this morning. And then we took it off because we were like, you know what? We don't need it. But we wanted to at least be aware that it was there. Can anybody remember what is there? What is right around this 578.55 level? And it's not pre-market high. Okay, Al, you just answered that question on a whole nother level. I'll get to you in a second. You just gave me a brain blast. That's crazy. But the answer I was looking for was the overnight gap fib. But Al, you are actually such a fat brain, dude. This is a compliment. I forgot that there was an EC level there. That is what I went over, and yet that was from yesterday's video, though. I was talking about from this morning. But Al, you were also correct. But I was looking for the overnight gap fibs. Let's draw that together real quick. At first, I was like, "What the hell is Al talking about?" And then I saw what he said, and I was like, "Wait a minute, he's fucking right." Oh my god, we actually smacked it perfectly on the 1 minute. But yeah, it was on the video too. Yeah, that was an EC as well. Okay, look at you guys. Y'all are paying attention. I can't even be mad. Yo, I'm remembering all of your names now. Holy shit, dude. When I die, I will still remember to that day. Yo, thank you guys for paying attention. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god. I'm actually so proud of y'all. Y'all were too right on my question. You're not supposed to be that correct. Dude, good stuff. I'm glad y'all answered it like that. Yeah, I was just looking for what I talked about from this morning, but then y'all said emerging candle. I'm like, oh my god. I'm so proud. But yeah, I'm just being mindful that there is something there, right? So if we are in trades moving up to that level, we're not just looking at 578.55. We're a little bit more mindful of the area as a whole, not just the level by itself. Now, how you want to visually represent that is cool. You know, some people like drawing zones, some people like drawing levels everywhere. I just like to remember and have a cleaner looking chart. Oh, yeah, if you sometimes type PDCP and you mean overnight gap fib, I honestly do that too. I don't even know why. I think it's because they are kind of like the same thing, but they're not at the same time. They're not at all the same thing at all. But the level, that pivot point, that same like kind of halfway point of an important area, you know, that's like the same feel. Kind of hard to tell here on the 5 minute chart, but on the 1 minute, we're actually holding really well over that recent high. Kind of right here. The new high, though, we just recently pulled back from. So kind of looking around the same level again. This really is a pivot point. Like we said this morning, this is going to be where a lot of important moves happen from. Whether it's to set something up or to actually be the move itself. This level is very important. You scroll back here a little bit too, you can see we are pretty good distance from the open on that high. So it could also just be good energy built up over for a trend. You know, maybe we continue down after lunch or into the last hour of the day. But as of right now, really good start of the day for buyers. Like I said, they have to do a lot to give you guys some good chances for buyer moves. For scalps, you know, I could definitely see some of you guys taking advantage of that like y'all did this morning. But, you know, for a good trendy single directional move for over a long period of time, it definitely is going to take a lot for the buyers because they put themselves in a hole. Not just today, too. It was really the past couple days. They opened lower Friday as well and finished lower. So, not a good sign. Trend-wise, you know, short-term, definitely still feeling that downside effect. But it's funny because if you go to the bigger time frames, we're still above a pretty good shoulder. And a lot of your market weights, as we talked about I don't think it was last week. I think it was the week before, first week of January. We talked about the weights, and where were they all headed towards. And it was kind of funny. You'd go to a lot of the big important weights and you'd see like, oh, wow, it's kind of approaching to this shoulder, blah, blah, blah. And it's like still above it as a support. Most of your weights are still doing that. So yeah, it feels a lot shittier than it probably is how I'm going to explain it. The market, that is. But again, it really does kind of rely on any short-term data that comes out, because if anybody comes out and is like, oh, job data is going to keep getting worse, or it is going to keep doing this or that, they are going to take that into account, and then that could affect how fast interest rates go back down, and that could also affect how much the market goes up or down. If anybody remembers I think it was before the new year started, or it was as the new year began, I posted just a brief chart, and then we talked about it on stream on the dollar. The dollar is a pretty important chart to watch these next couple years. It's not always the most perfect thing to watch for up and down on the equity market, which is what you and me are watching. But it is a really good reverse, so I'm not saying it's a good inverse of the market we watch, but it is pretty close. So definitely watch $DXY a lot more if you want to start watching that. So if you see it may make some good moves up and the market is also moving up, something is coming, right? Because those should be going in opposite directions when making big strides. What is DJT doing? Let's see. Holy. I mean, realistically, where should this go back? I mean, this should at least go back to like here, right? In the 90s. Man, imagine if Nancy Pelosi had a stock. Oh, wait. Nvidia. Never mind. Almost forgot. Morning, playa. Late this AM. All good, Carter. Good to see you. Doesn't matter what time. Definitely be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. We have been pretty accurate on today's trend. Oh, and we actually smacked the level. If we can get over that, that would be a good sign that we do want to try to, reach better levels. But the golden pocket of the fibs, like right here. So kind of just looking to see like, okay, now that we've made this move up, can we settle for a bit? And if so, at lunchtime or power hour, can we see a more one-directional move back up into the 580s? Or is this pretty close to the high of the day, for all we know? It's pretty awesome, too. It's only been 37 minutes. And we've already gotten the retest of 578.55, which is kind of the one scenario we've gone over this morning that was more in favor of bulls than bears. But no reason not to be whenever they're above current day open. Kind of just started off with early context, too. Remember, context is always going to give you, that push on you, that emphasis on I'm getting in or I'm not getting in, It'll make that final decision for you, because you see this, you see the liquidity grab happen again at the same exact level at current day open. Very, very important. And it's the second time, so it's very important that, the first time we're kind of just watching for impulse moves, like, okay, blah, blah, blah. This is just where it's going up. But once it resettles again, this is where it's going to definitely hold from and probably move higher front, and it did. So I'm glad we went over that before it happened, and in real time getting to see why it was doing that. But is that it for the day, or does this turn into a lot more because of the hard-fought battles won back here, us holding over 576.70s with not just a breakout but also a retest now? So very interesting start to the day, not gonna lie. A new video. Oh, the one yesterday, Carter? Yeah, I would definitely check it out, just because it's not just good for like today, but just it covers basics really well, but more in depth, not just like watch over this level, watch under that level. Like, it also goes over other things in case certain things happen. Like today, we opened lower, so that's pretty significant. we didn't open, where previous day close was. We didn't open right here. We opened way down here. So, got to be able to adjust it. How do you do that? That was rhetorical. You don't have to answer that. All right. I'm just glad y'all got to see the retest of 578.55 because that in itself was already kind of worth it to me. Because now that makes it to where, like, if we do get any more downside or upside moves today, it doesn't even matter because you already got at least one feasible move for the day. So you can't sit here and be like, oh, today sucked. Like, no, today's actually been pretty hot so far. Really quick rejection of 578.55. Looks like sellers are coming to realize, hey, guys, we opened lower today. What are we doing? And remember, this is still the overnight gap fib 50%. So technically, directional-wise, you should still be looking for downside movement until we're over about 579, really. Which we talked about that earlier. These are just nice impulse moves after holding above today's open. Again, kind of bringing up that early context, seeing that liquidity grab happen not just once, but twice at today's open. Only once on the 5-minute, though. Nvidia, Avgo, PanW, the Pelosi trifecta. Yeah, you're not joking. Bro, the fact that she got to fly to Taiwan during, like, the biggest semiconductor drama in the world. The fact that she got to actually go there was crazy. While literally sitting in trades on all of those companies. And then she comes back to America. She comes back to the mainland. What does she do? Yeah, I mean, yeah, she reports on some of her findings. You know, some of the obvious bullshit. But what does this woman do after landing back in the mainland? This woman buys more shit on semiconductors. Now, bro, Pelosi's got to be like the greatest non-trader trader I've ever seen. And not in a good way. I actually don't. I don't mean any of that in a good way. She makes a bunch of like Benedict trades. Like, yeah, guys, semiconductors look like crap. War's gonna break out over here in Taiwan. Buys the dip on options. Like, what? Bro, you know how long ago it was we were talking about Taiwan being invaded? No, she's not a legal trader, bro. She's not legal, bro. The things she has done are illegal. You are not allowed to do the things she's done. The fact, bro, y'all realize the only reason, do y'all even remember why she had to step down? Does anybody even remember? I know some of you will. But she had to step down because the crowd and the masses all over the internet were like, yo, Nancy's literally making illegal trades. Stop letting her do this. She got so much flack on the internet, she had to actually step down from her position. It had nothing to do with anyone pushing her out. It was literally just because she could not save face. She already lost it. Yeah, and that's my other point. No one cares. Like, no one's going after her. Like, I'm complaining about it here on YouTube stream, you know, so many months and years later. But yeah, no, she's probably one of the worst politicians. And it has nothing to do with politics either. It's literally just because of, like, the fact she's abusing that shit is crazy. Who let her fly to Taiwan? Which, I mean, we all did. She was voted in. But it's just, that shit's crazy to me. How much money she made off of just Nvidia. I'm not even talking about the others anymore. Just Nvidia. Bro, Nancy's like, she got some fat gains on Nvidia. Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, that's also what I was referring to as well. What D-Touch just said. He said there was an interview where she got asked about insider trading just in general, and then she just not even a real laugh. She did like this like smirk and like light giggle to like move the conversation forward. It's like, okay, what are your thoughts on some super illegal dark shit, ma'am? She goes, and then it just keeps going on. Like, okay. And yeah, that was cool. And like we talked about at the very beginning of the stream, guys, what fancy little invisible levels right here. So, nice liquidity grab and context early this morning like we just broke down to get us up to here, but directionally, still not looking too fancy. I might as well just leave that up. It's not hurting anybody. Bro, look, I said 570. Yeah, that was the game plan, though. It would the only thing about that, like that's why I'm so awkward about those, and why I feel like I have to talk so much on days like this in the morning, is because like when we get a lower open, I think a lot of people are just like, all right, let me grab puts because we should keep going down. Yeah, we should, but that's not always the case, you know. And you can see here on the 1 minute today, liquidity grab, same level at current day open. Then they retake the gap. This is the gap level from the daily. And then all they really did was retake a gap level and then hit a halfway mark. That's all they really did. So this is really just an impulse move. Why I talk so much and go over this stuff so much while it's happening, before it's happening, after it's happening, reviewing it over and over again, it's not for content. This genuinely does not do anything for me. But a lot of people struggle on this stuff, and it's really basic. It's sad. Like, I say it's basic because, like, it is, but a lot of people struggle with this in terms of like actually entering and exiting trades. Like a good question you could ask somebody is like, should you have entered here? Like, should I have been a part of this move? Like, you could have been. Should you have been, though? I mean, you didn't have to be, but isn't an opportunity that we could go over and repeat over and over again? Yes, you could. You could definitely repeat this. It's just a retake that smacked the halfway point. Are you wrong for doing nothing and waiting for a downside move? Also, no, you're not wrong for doing that. If that's what you were looking for and that was part of, you know, the scenario you were looking for, great. But in my opinion, you shouldn't be shutting yourself off from, let me just look for downside movement, or let me just look for, like, you should generally be looking for both of these. Like, you should understand from here to here is an opportunity. From here to here is an opportunity based on different ways of looking at it. So as long as if you have context, like I was using, for saying we're going up, or hitting this and saying we're going down, using context to tell myself where we're most likely going and then planning around that, that's what you should be kind of geared towards. Not just, you know, oh, I'm looking for calls, let me just enter here, or going off of the whole like, oh, it opened lower, Bueller told me this should keep going down most of the time. You know, it's like, let me just grab puts. Like, well, hold up, you could get a better position, you know, better positioned short position, or, you know, maybe you catch some just quick scalps that just part of an impulse move to go up to become energy to come back down. You know, who knows? Vice versa, in opposite direction, of course. So it just depends. But that's why I feel like I have to like talk so much or break this down so much, because I know that it can be awkward, and because there is a bunch of situations where you're like, oh, well, this was right too, and this was right too, and this was right too. It's like, okay, but what did you do? You know, what were you planned around? You know, don't just think about the after. Like, you really do have to do some beforehand thinking, some in the moment thinking, and then some afterhand thinking of like, okay, well, this is what I should be more geared toward next time. Just kind of moving the cursor along. You're scalping these moves? Yeah, good. That's what I expect from most of you, but I'm just clarifying for anybody here who might not know, because some of you might see me say that, or see Kevo type, or see Tobias type, and you're like, fuck, these guys are bullish. It's like, you just gotta remember, a lot of us in here are scalping. It's not to sit here and try to scare you out of being bullish or bearish. Like, I'm never just talking about one side here, unless I'm actively trading it. But even then, I'm still telling myself, well, if it does this, then I'm so wrong, and I need to get out, blah, 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 you know. You're always actively looking at this. You're always actively thinking, like, what does it do from here? What does it do from here? Step by step by step. So now, and remember, this is the gap from I believe that's the gap from the daily time frame. They retook it. They're trying to hold on to it. So now we're in the situation where it's like, well, it's 50-50. We're kind of stuck between this and we're stuck between that. Like, yeah. Exactly. It is 50-50. You shouldn't be sitting here thinking it's 100% bullish or 100% bearish right here. Like, no, they've made their higher probability bullish move. They've made their high probability bearish move. Now it's time to see, are we building a higher low off of this? Now we're getting context again. We're back to reading. Which honestly already got a little bit of context right here, seeing that liquidity grab, which that's really been the term of the day. You see one here, you see a bigger one here, you kind of see one here, and then another one here. So it's kind of funny. It's like we did it twice here, we did it twice here. They went above the halfway point and smacked our level, and then did another one here. So it's like, I mean, there's a lot of liquidity grabs in this chart. The loss and retake of a level is very important. It's like building energy in the opposite direction. Like, think of like when you pull a rubber band back. Like, that's kind of what this is doing. Like, they're pulling it back and then letting it go, and it's flinging. Just it becomes energy for whatever the opposite direction is. So if they lose the level to the downside and they retake it again on the to the upside, then of course that becomes energy to the upside, because that's where they thought, oh shit, this is going to start falling more, and then it didn't. Well, now that becomes fuel to the fire. It just, you know, depends on the direction you're going. Sometimes just a bullshit bounce that turns into a drop. They don't always work out, but it's nice to have multiple of them pop up, because then that can give you context of like, all right, I should be more bullish than bearish here. All right, I should be more bearish than bullish here. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream, guys. I am yapping a lot. My bad. Just trying to go over some updates and just info that might help you take better trades. Also trying to keep some of you out of taking trades you wouldn't otherwise take. Which isn't my job, but I don't know. It definitely feels weird when you take trades you're not so comfortable with. Past month, you've taken your RH to 310 to... Damn. Nice. Just catching good moves here and there. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And it's funny because, like, if anything, it's not just good money in your pocket, but it's really good practice for yourself for when you trade in your other accounts, you know? Not saying you're not serious in your Robinhood, just saying me and Leland have always done that. Like, it's really good to practice with small amounts of money, because yes, you feel the need to, oh, I need to make money for bills or this. Like, yeah, no shit. Like, everybody's in the same scenario, bro. But it's really good practice if you don't let that stuff affect you, because you're getting actual value of like, all right, that was a good trade, or that was about, like, you're actually getting to tell yourself that. Whereas if you're doing like a paper trade and a mental trade, you're not getting that same feel for it. You know, that's as best as you could do is paper or mental trade in a lot of scenarios. But a real trade is really good practice, especially when you're effectively using it, not just doing it to get a real trade, right? Because that's what most people do it for. They'll just put money in an account and be like, yeah, I took real trades, I just lost it all. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, okay, good job. I'd rather you be like, yeah, I lost all my money in my account, but it was because I was using this strategy and it just was sub-optimized and blah, blah, blah. Like, you were actually able to tell me why, right? But even then, you should have been able to stop your account from bleeding, because it's like, your strategy should be telling you, hey, I'm losing a lot. Need to adjust it or something. And sometimes it's not even about that. Sometimes it's just about having a system that lets you have levels or areas to trade off of that actually get attention, right? Like, what was the number one level we talked about this morning? Besides current day open, of course. It was 576.70. We essentially were calling this a pivot point. How many moves have happened from this level already now? A couple. You know, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, you got to give yourself areas that actually get attention. It's not just about, oh, did it perfectly touch that level? Like, no, it's like, did it also get good moves from that level? Like, that's what you want to try to have. You want to trade around. Levels that have impact. 40 people in here. Thank you guys for being in here. Definitely drop a like on the stream. Feel free to share the stream link around. Skim through the stream if you're just now tuning in. We've gone over a lot of really cool stuff today already. And it's not even been an hour into the open. Which we are a little over 5 minutes from, so be very careful. I wanted to take calls on the outside bar low, but then I was like, poots, lol. On the outside bar. At on the 5-minute chart, that 575 hold, or the 576 hold, I should say. Yeah, but if you're on the 5-minute, you're definitely going to be waiting a little bit more for more information. Like you're not going to be able to catch some of these quick moves on just using the 5-minute. You need the 1 minute to get those realistically. 5-minute though, this will give you a good picture, because now if you're using this as context, you know, you should still be a little bit more bullish than bearish over a current day open, but only by a little. Well, I guess we'll see now, because we just got that bearish retest. We're about to pull back down and see if current day open holds. So the most important day-to-day pivot point is about to be working hard. What is the most important pivot point of every day? Current day open. By far. If there was a second place, it would be tied to previous day control point and overnight gap fibs, because these don't always happen, but previous day control points happen every day. But I would definitely say current day open has to be the most impactful pivot point. And then in a second place would definitely be previous day control point, which is a fancy way of saying yesterday's halfway. And overnight gap fibs, which is kind of like this one, where we go from previous day close. Oh, we opened down here at current day open. Nice. We got an overnight move to the downside. Well, what's 50% of that? Bam. And you can see, impactful as well, especially today. Kind of helped us to see if we were going to be more bullish than bearish or not, which we never really turned more bullish from this point, but it was nice to see us get to this point. And then you can see from here, we've definitely had a little bit of struggle. Not here, but you can see pulling back from it. Not reaching it again. Nice inside bar breakdown. And now it looks like we're going to be fighting, again, the most impactful pivot point of every day. The current day open. But generally, you could just use those 3 levels and then throw a bunch of emerging candles around them as like targets, and you're set. If you just trade around those 3 levels, you'll trade less. You'll feel like your trades have more impact. And you'll just feel good. You'll just feel good about yourself. You'll feel confident. And it's not just about taking trades. Like, it's a Monday. You know, you shouldn't be in the zone of like, all right, I'm taking 6 trades today. Like, you should never, ever tell yourself how many trades you're taking before the day starts. And if you are, you're just setting unrealistic expectations on yourself, and it's just more pressure that doesn't need to be there. Exactly. Kevo's got it. You see how quickly Kevo can readjust his plan over and over and over again? I'm not having to sit here and tell him. He can just readjust it instantly. Good shit, dude. I see a lot of you guys doing that too, not just trying to corner Kevo and give him just, you know, him all the credit, but I see him do it a lot. I see some of you guys do it in chat and in YouTube, and I'm proud of that, because that's how you need to be thinking. You need to be actively thinking, all right, it's here now. All right, well, over this, under this. Oh, it's to here now. All right, well, let's see what it does this, because it just did that. You know, kind of reading like the chart out to yourself again, re-explaining what happened and what's more higher likely to happen, or, you know, just kind of breaking it down, really. Using logic, really, to help yourself. No, Kevo, never say sorry, bro. If you're ever going over things in here, never say sorry. And don't ever worry about chat spam, dude. It's like, who gives a shit? This is what we're here for, right? There's not 600 people in this stream. We are honored to be able to say that in this chat. I am not like other streamers, bro. If we had more people in here, I think I'd cry. Like this right here, set. This is good. This is good enough. This is all we need. We don't need any more people than this. So don't feel like you need to be cooped up and not be able to express yourself or type out as much as you want. Bro, type as much as you want. Anybody in here, as long as it's, you know, focused on what we're actually looking at. I definitely appreciate any time you guys, you know, send as many messages as you want. Creation saying, watch CDO closely. Yes, sir. Is that PDC or POC? point of control, like previous day control? Like the 50% of previous day? Okay. Did you just tune in, I'm assuming? Because I also just went over that as well. But we were just explaining the most impactful levels, definitely current day open. And then I'd say if there was a second place, it would be tied between the level you just mentioned and then the overnight gap fib halfway point. If that even happens, which again, you're not always going to have a gap fib to draw every day. But no, I'm glad you brought it up again though, because that second place definitely goes to the halfway point of previous day, because it, just like current day open, what does it do, Shadow? And anybody else in here, if you want to answer for Shadow, please. But what is so important about the current day open and the halfway point? Why do I like them? Or what is something that they both do that no other level does? It's kind of like a trick question in itself, but it's not. Yeah, they're pivot points, yes, that's correct. But what else? Exactly what Carter just said. They never change. You'll never not have a current day open. You'll never not have a previous day control point. Those will always be a level you will always have. Now, will they be useful every day? That that comes into question. But what is something we can use every single day, right? And we always talk, that's why we always talk about emerging candles. They're so consistent. Everyone's like, oh, they always get touched. We always use emerging candles because they're so useful. Yeah, but why are they so useful? Because we're able to, if I could obliterate this chart off my screen 100 times over, I would still get the same levels, right? I would still get the exact same levels because it's consistent, not just in its results, but in its methods. That's why we use that stuff. Same thing with the current day open, same thing with the previous day control point, and that's why we hold them to such a high standard. Why this is tied with the halfway point is because this doesn't happen all the time, right? We don't always get a good move down, we don't always get a good move up, so I can't always draw that gap fib, right? But I would easily place them at second place. I would say they are not as important as the current day open, because I truly feel this is like your kind of like your initiator. Like, this is where I'm bullish or bearish from a lot of the time, to a certain extent, right? Oh, I'm bullish from here, yes, because I'm over it. But what else is there? I'm using other contexts. Like, is it over this level? No? Okay, well then I'm not that bullish above this then, right? If we're not even getting above the next level, right? Oh, we went above today's open. We hit the other important level that I just talked about, the overnight gap fib. Also, now I have more context. Now I'm like, okay, well, I'm bullish from here, but we've already hit this now. So it's like, well, now I'm either looking for this to break, or we get another really good hold and we get a second move back up to this. And maybe that's the time we finally break up higher. Maybe that's the time we finally get to see that, or not. Maybe this turns into a lower high. You know, it could do so many things from here. So it's important to try to take those trades where you have context of like, well, it's already done this once, or it's already done this. Like, that's why I say context so much in my text messages in the chat or here on the stream. I say context a lot because it really is important. I would truly say that has had a positive effect on me in any trades I've taken, just thinking about it that way. But good answers and good questions. I was just making sure you were just tuning into stream, because I was like, dude, we just said that. But I don't mind going over that, because that is something that's like, that's probably one of the most important things you can do now with our system, is just understanding what is the most impactful levels I need to be looking at. You know, once you've understood what entry types we have, what are all the strategies we use, what's everything we use around the system, you know, it's a lot. But it's kind of nice to be able to break it down to a very, 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 very simple state, you know. Oh, it's just those three levels I need to look at and everything else are targets, basically. Bet. But it's not like that, you know. It's, you'll see. On the 5-minute right now, yes, technically it is a lead test of the overnight gap fib. Technically it is. The only thing that's kind of keeping you from shorting this into the, you know, abyss of 574 is today's open. Today's open is being stubborn as hell right now. Which, if I unzoom this chart, you can see that's where this happened, that's where this happened from, that's where this just happened from. So a lot of our more exciting moves, or moves that come from those less exciting moves, are definitely all from today's open. So She's being stubborn today, but this is technically a lead test, yes. Until proven otherwise. On the 5-minute. Good question. The 10-year made a new high? Oh, nice. Give us a change of control. Oh, gives us a change of control. My bad, Garden. Which, that's funny. Gives us a change of control. If you think about that, that's like... That's a pivot point. That's a really cool way to break it down, though. Keva looking at longs. Yeah, to be very careful here, guys. Alright, let me check Discord. I am abusing Discord. I have not looked at it this morning that much. I just went in there, I posted a bunch of stuff, and then I started streaming. Let's check on the gang. Damn, good job, Sherman. He's kind of our United Health Group trader, even before the Luigi bullshit. And he is killing it. Yo, what's up, Andreas? Good to see you. Good morning to you as well. Yes, it can. It can, dividend bull. Will it always work out? No. I don't like to talk about it too much on that one because it's different, right? A lead test you should be looking for, and this is definitely one as well in the 5-minute, but I don't like it as much, and it's because you have the current day open to worry about, whereas a lead test, I don't normally have to worry about that level. Like, I'm already getting my break of structure and my move to the downside, right? But you can see here it's a little bit different, but it's the same concept. Looks like a few of you guys are in calls. Good stuff. Yeah, that wasn't a bad hold here on that 1-minute chart. That's why I wasn't really like giving any ugly noises whenever you guys were like, I'm looking at long, because it's like I could see why y'all are doing that, you know. Yeah, we already made our move down, but it's like the same thing over here. It's like it's the exact same trade as right here. If anything, this looks better than that one. Right? So if you're catching longs here, like that's a better setup than right here. Yeah, that's why I wasn't like, oh my god, why are y'all getting in longs? Because like this is a lot slower of a setup, but I could see why you're doing it for some scalps. I just don't like to put more pressure on you guys while I'm streaming, because then it's like fuck, let me exit, let me get my win so I can say that I won. It's like, I don't want you to do that. Like, I want you to trade what you planned. Some of you are probably trimming some right here because this is a good recent high. Some of you are probably waiting for right here because it's the next major level. Everybody's different. Everybody has different preferences. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna screenshot this real quick. Oh god, what did I just do? Okay. I just wanted to put that in trade flow real quick. IWM respecting those emergent candles. Overheight gap fib on IWM was 2. It was also clean. Alright, I'll check it out here in a second. Yeah, that's on me. I always get so caught up watching SPY. I'm not going to lie. I mean, to be fair, that is what I am actively trying to trade. But, yeah, I don't look at IWM as much as I should. I really just liked, because even if I wasn't going to trade anything on this today, it was still really interesting to see some of these, you know, things pop up. Like, seeing this happen and then seeing it happen a second time with more candles was very cool to talk about. And then I literally said, and I'm not trying to like glaze myself, but I literally said like this should shoot up to that next level. Did I think it would do it that very candle we were talking on? No, but the concept makes sense, right? Us going from here to here makes sense. Why did we hold here? Can anybody tell me? You know, I almost promise this is a calculated retracement. If I go from the low to the high of this, it is. Wow, crazy how it's holding the 50%, right? We're always talking about 50%. So, like, that alone, that concept is a liquidity grab. Like, us being under a level where we should definitely drop from, and then us retaking it is crazy, right? To give us a calculated retest from that, and then more higher lows from that is even crazier. It looks like some of you guys are already up in the chat. Kevo's posting, Carter's posting. Damn, guys, good shit. I get to just do me, and y'all are doing y'all. I like it. Here, I'll show some of the gains on the stream. Oh, look, I got a mission from Marvel Rivals. What? But yeah, good stuff, Kevo. Good stuff, Carter. Morning, Sandollar. Oh, nice, nice. Cool, cool. Good stuff. Kevo, Carter, anybody in here who was kind of just going over stuff with me as I was going over stuff. I'm not really taking credit away from anybody. And just as a group, I'm proud of us. I think all of us were kind of in the right mindset for the majority of this, you know, first hour or so. And it's funny, like, look how good you did on a day that really didn't do that well, right? I mean, we got a lower open and a little bit of move here and there, but I mean, today isn't really that special yet. You know, it could turn into something more special over the golden pocket and we get a fucking huge move to 580s, but, you know, that could be beautiful and turn into something great. But see how good a lot of you guys did this morning, and we really didn't have that great of a day yet. Imagine how well you do applying this energy into a day that actually does have, like, just a shit ton of favorable outcomes, right? They don't always happen, but when they do, they hit hard. You hit your profit stop for a nice 30% on SPY. Current day open is king. Good shit. You're king, dude. Good stuff. Good stuff, Alexis. Maddie, I saying Kevo Slay. What would you guys hear Kevin, Carter, Maddie, React if he's in here, Alexis, anybody in here who's been having recent success? I don't mean to say this in a way of like, you're up fucking huge. Like, no, I just, because some of you are up more or less than others. But over recent months and weeks, some of you definitely getting a lot more success. What would you say has led to that, or what has helped you be a little bit more calm, or more, what has led to you, you know, being this way? Just to maybe help out some of your more struggling friends here in the BB community. What is something you can tell them to maybe help them break their barriers, or be a little bit more consistent, or, you know, make better decisions? What could you say to those people? Because, you know, I could sit up here and talk for fucking hours a day. I think we all know that. But it's nice to hear it from your peers sometimes, because it's like, okay, I'm not going crazy. It is possible. Hold up, I'm taking one more screenshot. Sorry. Kevo said, watch the video Bueller posted. Yeah, crazy. This is a crazy move, by the way. Y'all caught probably the craziest move of the day so far, because this was kind of nice, but this is pretty insane, and it actually has some context to go off of. It's funny how we keep using that word over and over and over again. Context. I already had a plan that we would range from 575 to 580. Okay, so you already kind of had it in your mind. Good. My biggest thing is start small. I say that a lot too. I tell people that a lot too, because it's more stable. He said, I stuck with 15 to 30% for almost 4 effing years. For real. I try to tell people that too whenever they see Kevo's like gains. They're like, oh my god, look how much money he's making. It's like,
I hope in your head you're not thinking he's lucky, because he's not. Like, he really has done this for years and years and years, and it's finally gotten him to the point where he can do this now, right? But like it's like behind years and years of hard work. It's not fair to look at that and be like, I could do that anytime. Like, no, you couldn't. He said start or stay small and honestly just keep studying. Staircase method in this and then that. Prepping your plan previous day / levels. Buying reasonable, realistic strike prices. Proper risk management. Don't be scared of the premium and cut losses short. I'm just reading out what they're typing out, by the way. Carter said fall down 7, stand up 8. Kevo said just don't beat yourself up because you closed too early. Yeah, I cannot stand when I see people do that in chat. Y'all, anybody who's gotten close to me from chat will never bring that shit up to me in DMs because they know how much I hate it. Like, I cannot stand when someone's like sitting there crying, bitching, and moaning about cutting something or taking profits too quick. It's like, bro, shut up. This theoretical what if, coulda, woulda bullshit is just gonna be rent free in your head. When you could be using that same energy that you're using to cry, bitch, and moan, you could be using that same energy to become better, to see things in a better light, to be more motivated, to be more passionate about what you're doing, right? You could be using that same energy for something more productive, right? That's why I hate when I see people do that in chat. It has nothing to do with like because you are whining and bitching, which is definitely what someone is doing when they're doing that. I don't care how polite they type it, but you are crying, moaning, and bitching when you type out, oh, I could have made this if I would have done this better. Like, yeah, you could have, jackass, but you didn't. So it's like, we're not here to talk about the what ifs. All that is just going to be rent free in your head for good, mostly for the worst. You know, it's not helpful at all. And with so many different things, you know, going on to kind of distract you, having one more on your plate is not going to help. So sitting there and going over that shit is not helpful. You should review your stuff. You should try to become better. But you shouldn't ever look at it in a way where you're like, oh, I got to see how much my contract went to. Like, it's interesting just to look at. I won't lie, sometimes. But you should never bring that energy into chat or even really bring it up out loud to yourself. It's just not helpful. If there's demons in trading, I would say that's one of them. I mentioned that I could have got more, but I really don't give a fuck. Yeah, no. And I'm not targeting anybody in here specifically when I'm talking about that, because I really don't see that much in chat. I'm very thankful for that. But it is definitely something you got to kind of keep your mind on, because, or keep your mind off, I guess I should say. Because it's definitely really easy to do that stuff. It's really easy to be like, oh, wow. Because there are trades. Everyone in here has done this. Every single one of you are capable. Right? So, of course, you're going to have a history or your past, and it's going to have trades where you definitely would have made a lot of money. You know, that's going to happen. You're a capable person. Stop thinking you're not. Right? You sitting there and saying that you could have done this or that is telling me that you don't think you're capable. Right? So just focus. Just be you. Kevin, what the fuck? Hold up, Kevin. We got to get like some random... I got to get like a random like noise in the stream. We'll have to come up with like an air horn soundboard later. But Kevin, bro, you did not have to do that. Thank you so much. He gifted 5 memberships into the YouTube stream. One went to Hurst Horns. One went to J-Dub. One went to Retro Gear, which we know Retro Gear. One went to TJS, and one went to Rob G. Dude, you're a real one. He really called out what trade he was taking in the stream and in Discord. He typed in both, and then after winning, gifts 5 memberships. I mean, God, what do I even say to that? I'm beyond thankful, Kevin, man. Thank you. It's not the money, dude. When I say thank you, like, I don't give a shit about the money you just gave me. It's not that. It's what you gave. Like, you literally just gave 5 people a month, right? A month. And you and me both know how many videos you can go through in a month on fucking YouTube. a month of access to over 100 videos, and a lot of those I'm going to keep private for just those members, because a lot of those I keep as a part of my value for either members of my Discord or YouTube, because I truly find value in a lot of those videos. So I want to keep it for the people that I find valuable. Right? So thank you, man. Seriously, you're actually like the greatest. It's pretty cool. You know, a lot of people when they get successful, they just kind of fuck off. They go do their own thing. Kevin has stayed behind, and he has not just helped other people, but he's just, I don't know, he just keeps a lot of us going. He keeps a lot of us motivated, passionate. It's really, really cool, and I appreciate that. You really need those people around you, or you will go crazy. I'm not fucking going anywhere. Yeah. I always picture that same meme every time. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not fucking leaving. I'd play it on stream, but dear God, right? Dear God, YouTube. 5 seconds of copyright. It's like, hold up, something's not right here. We need to slow down your stream. Thanks, Bueller. Your community has just changed, or has changed my life. Bro, you have changed this community. So thank you. If the community has changed your life, it's because of people like you. It's because of the energy people like you put out into others, you know? It's really easy to be defeated in this market. It's really easy to be defeated even when you have a Discord group or people to rely on. Regardless of being a paying member or not, it doesn't even matter. It's like, sometimes it's just nice to go into a chat and be like, yo, guys, what did y'all do today? It's just nice to know you can, like, express yourself and have impact, too. Because, like, we do a lot of things in the chat based on the community, you know? So. But good job, man. Thank you. Give me one trade of 10,000% and I will quit my job right now. You show me a paycheck stub. Or what was it? 30,000? Or was it 10,000? You show me a paycheck stub for $10,000 right now, and I'll call my boss right now and quit my job. Yeah, Kevo's never going anywhere, unless he's like. I think we could all validate him going somewhere if he becomes so rich he could buy like an island. You know, then at that point, I think it's okay if he steps away for his own benefit. That's like fuck you level of money. Excuse my language. Which, I don't know why I say excuse my language. You guys all know we don't care about that stuff here. I mean, I'm not going to come in here and say a bunch of slurs, but I don't know. I was in construction, and that was just, like, how we talked. It's not cussing to me. It's like, it's just in the sentence. But if you're saying it at somebody, then yeah, that's, like, kind of unnecessary. Earmuffs. Yo, what's up, Ace? How you doing, man? Are you at work? Or are you busy, or what you up to? Wait, are we getting another move? Possibly. I would be very impressed if we had a pretty nice single directional move under 578.15, but we'll see. I also wouldn't be surprised if they dropped under that and then retook it quickly, as liquidity grabs have kind of been the trend of the day. Yeah, if I'm around, man, let's play. I'll be down, Ace. I'm just happy to hear from you. Yeah, and getting towards lunchtime. Not right now, in like an hour or so. But yeah, at that time, I know what you're saying, Kev. I'm just trying to explain it to others. After more time goes by, yeah, we probably will be at lunch at that point. So either a really nice one-directional move coming over the golden pocket, or we are under 578.15, and we do range trade between that and probably current day open. I don't even want to just say this level. I want to include that as well. So pretty nice movement of range here for buyers and sellers. Which, Kevo, you kind of brought that up earlier too. You said you were kind of expecting the range between 580s and 575, 574. So, and that makes sense. That's not like a crazy thing to say before the market opens either. Just kind of revalidating what you were looking at. Listening. What's up, Hayes? How you been, man? I've been seeing you post here and there in chat. I know you're doing your thing. Good to see you, though, as always. Oh my god, Kevin, what are you doing, bro? Kevo! Bro, he just gifted another 5. I thought that was a glitch. Bro, Ace, he's kind of making you look broke. I'm just saying, like... Bro, Kevo, another 5. One went to 0883. Chris Espraza. Julian Kingaroo, which is a pretty cool name. And Chris Van Slyke. That's a pretty slick name. One of these days, someone's name is going to be really fucked up, and I'm going to say it on accident. Bro, for real, it's Gifting Monday. Thank you, Kevo, for real. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy Easter, everything in between. Happy Halloween. Happy Jimmy Carter. Oh, too soon. Fuck. Yeah, Happy New... Yeah, I forgot Happy New Year literally just happened. Dude, thank you, Kevin. Seriously. Okay, well, now I have to do the whole bit because you gave another 5. Okay, hold up. Okay, guys, if you have a YouTube membership, please go to the YouTube channel. If you have a colored name in the YouTube stream, if you're a member of my Discord, you don't have to worry about anything I'm about to say. You have all access to this in my chat. It's just in different channels. But I can't scroll down much farther. It'll show much more information that I can't share. But if you have a membership, click on this tab of my channel and you can go through this. And we have about 100 and I think it's like 101, 102 videos, but it's not about the quantity. We've been posting videos for over a little, probably closer to a year and a half now on the membership side of things for YouTube. But just a lot of videos, what I'm trying to get at. But recently we've been putting up a lot higher quality videos and kind of taking more time in between them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy some of that stuff. And yeah, that's where you can check out all of your stuff. If you go to the very bottom, if you hold your scroll like that and go all the way to the bottom, it takes a minute. But there's a lot of like day one posts in there where it's just kind of like going over settings of my Thinkorswim and stuff and just like all kinds of shit, really. We've had, I think, 2 or 3 streams with that whole membership thing, which we'll be doing more. Again, we talked about that Tuesday and Thursday of this week. We'll be doing 2 of them. So if you're a member of my YouTube or Discord, you will have links to private streams tomorrow. And yeah, that's the whole promotion. But good stuff. Kevin, thank you again. Seriously, like I said earlier, I can't thank you enough. It's not just about the money. It's like, it's the fact that you just gifted 10 different people another 30 to 31 days of access to all that. You know, that's a lot. That's not a little bit of shit in there. There's a lot of stuff in there. See you later, Tobias. In half an hour or so. All right, I'll see if I'm still streaming. I might be. Almost home and my phone is dying. Oh, damn. Well, be safe, man. Don't go crazy on the road. I know how you people over there can be in your Autobahns and stuff, and your 200. Oh wait, they don't say miles per hour over there. I was about to fuck up. So this is that move that Kevin was kind of talking about. We could end up getting a good hold of here and then getting a good bounce into the 580s like we talked about earlier, or we get the breakdown of this halfway point from the overnight gap fib, which could lead into a downside move, but we'll see. We've already seen the result of this once, twice. This failed. So, do we get thrice? Do we get 3? And yes, you just heard someone in 2025 say thrice. Life-changing content in that membership. Thank you, Golden Creation. Heike, I don't like to glaze myself too much, but when it comes to making like videos and stuff like that, like for my members, like people who pay me, even if it's like fucking $5, I don't care. I treat it as a fortune. I treat it as this person just gave me their life savings. Let's go over everything we possibly can. So some of those videos are a bit lengthy, but it's all impactful content. I'm never just sitting there ranting over like random shit. You know, we're almost always going over something that's very important to either the trade that we're talking about or just whatever we're talking about. I'm very focused on. I never hit the record button unless I'm serious about what I'm talking about. Yeah, the candle pattern book, man. I've had so many people hit me up for that, and it's amazing how many times I've had to tell people that it's free. I could title the video "free book" and nobody would click it or ask me where it is. I could title it $600 book. I'd have so many people hit me up for it. It actually makes no sense. Like it's so weird. So I don't market it as a paid or a free book. I just say, hey guys, this is a Candlestick Handbook. And sometimes I get people who ask me, hey, can I have that? I'm like, yeah, you can. It's free. I think where it gets most of them is that I'm like, well, you got to join the Discord and click this link and then click pin messages and then scroll down. So I probably should move it. Or someone can find me the link that we use to digitally download it. That would be cool too. And maybe that's what I should promote, the digital link. But either way, it's pretty fucking simple to just join for free. You don't even have to be a member to see this. Click pin messages and then you just see it. Bam, there it is. Should we repin it maybe? Let's repin it. I don't like to unpin things because I like to remember the dates though, but whatever. It'll be on the message itself. All right, there. Now nobody can complain. Be like, well, I have to scroll down and pin message. No, you can't. It's the very first one. Just had to repost that. Kevo said, okay, I'm taking a break. See you in a bit. Great day. And it's only Monday. For real, dude. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, today really hasn't had the greatest amount of movement, and it's a really good day. So imagine this impact and this damage you're doing to this chart today. Imagine that on a really favorable day. It's just kind of cool to think about. But have a great day, Kevo. Could not thank you enough, man. Seriously. And guys, say bye to Kevo. That was really cool of him to gift 10 memberships out like that. That's insane. I think it's between him and Rambo have always gifted the most memberships. It's always been like 5, 10, or 15. It's never like 1 or 2 or 3. It's like, what the fuck? And it's almost always after like a crazy good trade. Like you'll see them come into the stream, take a couple trades, gift memberships, and then leave. It's like, okay, shit. It's like their routine. But very cool, very cool. And yeah, very cool that we got to go over a lot of different things, not just with today's chart, but the different concepts and the different things you could take advantage of and the pieces of context that led us to being either bullish or bearish from a certain part of the chart. You know, what indication should make you get in? What pushes you out? What pushes you in? And we went over a lot of that today. So if you are just now joining us or haven't been here the whole time, definitely review today's stream. I might even have to go up and cut up part of today's stream, but I don't like to do that too much because it's a lot. Okay, my bad, Maddie. Let me go to IWM. Going from previous day close to today's open. Wow, that is just beautiful. That is actually beautiful. See, I think this is what SPY wanted to be. This is what SPY wanted to probably do. Actually have good, you know, non-compromised highs above the halfway point, multiple lower highs in the 1 minute to show us that more detailed lower high approach. So you can definitely see pairs have been in control of this chart pretty much all day. Good bounces from today's open. You can see liquidity grab on the 5 minute, 1 minute, really good pushes, really good higher lows. So just like the SPY chart, it had good upside and downside moves, but definitely a more prominent resistance here. It's definitely a lot more lower high feel there than it is on like the equity part of SPY. I don't know why I said the equity part of SPY. It's all equity. But yeah, just of SPY. You can see it was a little bit more ugly, I should say, on SPY once we got above that control point. On IWM though, a lot cleaner. Good post, Maddie. Which I'm not saying that's like better or worse. It's just I think we can all agree it's nicer to have cleaner price action. You haven't touched it since November. It's been great. And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You had your time with it, and whether you enjoyed it or not doesn't matter. You've moved on. You found places that you can progress from. That's awesome. I feel like that's what's more, that's what I'm more proud of, is just that you were able to move on and be proud and be happy where you are, be comfortable. Because I feel like I see your name a lot more often, even if you've been posting less, Carter. I feel like when it comes to impactful moves in the market, I have seen your name a lot more. It's like you react. It's all the people I named earlier. It's like, it's always those people posting what's happening whenever something big happens. And you'll find yourself trading with those people a lot more. And that's why I say, like, try to keep it in YouTube chat, try to keep it in trade floor, because not everybody's going to be, open enough or comfortable enough with everybody to type yet, right? So if you and Kevin and React and like 8 other people are like, yo, we're bullish from here, we're bearish from here, they're going to feel, that their game plan is validated based off of yours or not validated. Maybe they had something completely different, like, what the fuck am I looking at? But maybe they look at that and they're like, oh, wow, I have the same game plan, or I have a similar game plan. You're giving them just natural confidence just because they were able to see that, oh, wow, my game plan does line up with the BB system. I'm not crazy. And then they end up making a really good trade. And maybe that's all they needed, was just that early morning confidence, that early morning kind of safe space. You're safe here. Nothing can hurt you here. Just that mindset might help some people in here with that extra push into actually getting into a trade, and not just seeing that it was a good trade, but actually taking it. Getting better in tune. Good stuff, dude. Now I could tell just by some of the way y'all type in chat. It's really nice. Like if there's a day I'm not streaming, I'll pay attention to the trade floor and just kind of read. And there's so many posts sometimes I'll see some of you guys mention, like, oh, it's doing this, and then you kind of take it another step forward, and then I see someone else mention something else. Like, you're all mentioning the same thing, but you're typing it different ways, and I like that, because you're trying not to step on each other's feet, but you're trying to also kind of like, give credit to whoever else is posting. You don't want to be like, well, I was the only one who posted buying puts here, and it's like, hey, jackass, we all posted that. We just all said it differently. So that's why it's important to really make sense of what you're saying in chat. And a lot of you have. That's what I'm giving credit to right now. A lot of you are able to, like, speak to whatever level of trader you need to in chat, which recently we're not really stooping or rising to different levels. We're all just on the same level. So we're not having to really mess with that too much. These invisible levels that I set out for us. You're all at all-time highs in my books, though. It's just some of us just need more... I don't know. Some of us need stability. I feel like that's what it is with me. Like, I make really good trades when I'm in a good mood. I make really good trades when I feel like I am just prepared. Being prepared helps me, right? Some people, they don't need it as much. Some people, they just need to be there, right? And they need to know what they're trying to do. Some people just need a template, and they copy it over, and bam, 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 bam. They trade a bunch, and they win a bunch, and they lose a bunch. It's just like they're more about quantity, not as much quality, but they're still focused on templates, not just guessing, right? So everybody's a little different. Playing the inside bar on the weekly, you need TMU to break over 215. Let's see. Yeah, for any of the daily time frame charts, I'll check those out here in about 20-30 minutes, more toward the end of the stream, which I don't really know how long I'm streaming today. I was just wanting to be here. I'm really excited about the Tuesday and Thursday streams. Again, if you are not aware, we are doing member-only streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on. And these will be unlisted links on YouTube. So you either get the link from the membership part of the YouTube channel, or you get it from the Levels channel in the Discord, which all members have access to that. So, yeah. Which those I won't be going over as much in the moment. Those I'll be more focused on trading, and then afterwards we'll go over stuff as we talked about before. I think we all kind of had this conversation in one of my bigger streams towards the end of the year last year. We all learn different, just like the school with professor. Exactly. Everyone's just different, dude. Like, that's really all it is. But all of us need stability. All of us need positive reinforcement. All of us need not lying either. When I say positive reinforcement, I don't mean just saying nice things to someone just to be nice to them. Like, no, when someone does something impactful, let them know, hey, I remember when I struggled with this. Good shit, man. Just small stuff like that is really helpful. And a lot of you do that stuff. I'm just kind of repeating it. And not really jumping onto people. Like, I know I'm not the greatest at this. I need to be better at this too. But not jumping onto people when they do something wrong, right? You know, it's sometimes baby steps. You know, it's like, yeah, they made a pretty dumb mistake, but then you look back at it and you go over it with them and they understand it. They'll probably never make it again, or if they do, it'll be an accident. You know, which is totally fine. We all make accidents. I mean, it's not fine, but you know what I mean. No, you're good, Alexis. I kind of figured you meant T-Mobile. When you said TMU and I didn't see the S, I was like, he has to mean T-Mobile or this is something else. I got you, dog. Are you on the roads today, Alexis? If so, I hope you're being safe, but I hope you don't have too many stops today. Alexis delivers... they're oxygen tanks, but I like to say it's like explosives, because technically it is. He's like a explosives delivery man, which is like way cooler than just a normal delivery guy. Bro could take you out and be back on the road in a matter of minutes. Yes, sir, a few stops, but overall a slow day. Appreciate you, fam. Damn, okay. What do you do on your slow days, Alexis? Do you jam music a lot more in the truck? What do you do? You go eat somewhere nice? Do you ever do that? Do you ever eat somewhere nice while you're doing a bunch of deliveries? When I was in plumbing, we wouldn't do it too much, but every now and then it was really nice to get, you know, not McDonald's for the day. Or whatever we made for lunch that day. What's everyone else up to? We're watching SPY kind of do exactly as we said. After it broke the overnight gap, 50% right here. It's made its way down as we kind of expected because, again, we had a good hold of current open, couple liquidity grabs, another good bounce here, you know, but we're just doing what we expected today. You know, just a bunch of bouncing and pulling back. A bunch of range trading, but it's directional, so you're able to catch good scalps up and down today. That's why we're not really complaining a whole lot. Really good movement. It's just not the greatest look if you're looking back on it now. But yeah, what's everyone up to right now, though? Just curious. What are we all doing? What are we all watching? Oh, Tesla. Fuck, I need to look at that. Oh, dude. Oh, I'm so happy that worked out. This was the only thing I posted in premium. I was like, just trade off of this. If it's above this, go long. If it's below this, short it. And it made it to the 390, which this was kind of like the fullest extent of what I was saying watch it to. But it's nice to see that it broke above once here and held here. And it even filled the gap. I'm so OCD, dude. I have to keep this like chart in like a balanced, organized way. Or it just doesn't feel right. There we go. That looks right. Alright, back to what y'all were saying. What's everyone up to? Tesla filled gap and at PDO. Oh, you're saying PDO. Which technically you were pretty right about the PDC. It wasn't added, but it did hit it pretty much. Working 2 out of 2 this AM. Good shit, Carter. I'd love to hear that. I'm a foodie. I'm always looking for the hole in the wall type of joints. Oh, dude, I'm so happy to hear you say that. I wish you lived here. I could tell you about some places and then be like, you should go test this out. But that's what we used to do too, randomly. Just go like visit like random hole in the wall places and see if they were good. Like there was a place called Annie's Burgers I'd never heard of. I trying to remember the other one. There was that pizza place. It was like Brothers Pizza. I think that's the one I mentioned a lot on here. But those two were like completely hole in the wall places, like under a road or like next to like a really ghetto street. And you're like, what the hell is this place? And you go in there and you're like, what? Like, how does this not have a bigger chain? It's like, it's always those places that know that they could have more restaurants everywhere, but don't care. Like, they know they could have more locations, but just don't care. Those places slap. You go on hikes when it's nice out. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty cool. Damn, man, you really have a pretty chill day when it's kind of slow. Oh, more slow days for Alexis this year. But without the pay cuts. Like, keep giving him more money. First time trading TMUS. Let's see. I can't pass that on Inside Bar. It had become one of my favorite candles to trade. Yeah, the Inside Bar is probably my favorite. But it's probably tied with the piercing line. But that's because you can trade them the exact same way. So I guess I'm kind of in a three-way tie between Outside Bar, Inside Bar, and piercing line. Because those are like... It's like the same trade in my head. And they all have to do with that fib. You just draw the fib, and then you just watch the halfway point of the previous day, and then you just watch like the extremities of the candle. I mean, if you're on like an Inside Bar, you would. It's really simple, and a lot of the times you do get a move. Sometimes you hesitate to take a trade on them because you're like, no way this works, right? Like, no way this works exactly how I planned it, and then it works, and you're like, what the fuck? Why didn't I jump into that? I literally sat up all night planning this, and I didn't get in. Like, sometimes it works out so well, you stop yourself. Because it's just like, this is too good to be true. No way. Garden said, watching Triple Q and working. I hope you have a great day working, Garden. I hope your weekend was alright. I'm going to flip over here to TMUS and Triple Q in a couple seconds. Or a couple minutes. XLY made it above its daily demand zone. That's actually nuts, considering how it started out. Dr. J said Triple Q is testing current day open. And yeah, shout out to Garden Trader and all the people in Post Charts channel. I'll never not give you your flowers for that. I really do appreciate when you guys post that stuff because it's kind of reassuring. It's like, okay, this person does know what they're talking about. Which is nice because I see that person post in chat at all, and who knows how much value that brings to someone who might be struggling or someone who might just need that extra emphasis on something. They read your post and they're like, oh my god, why didn't I think of that? It just clicks. Or maybe it motivates them to check it more. I'll be right back though, guys. I'm going to get a water and make sure my dog isn't like doing anything wild. And then we'll come back and I'll look at TMUS and Triple Q. Okay, I'm here. All right, what did I miss? Yo, what's up, Tobias? My bad, I went to go get water and check on my dog. Garden Trader's posts are legit. Love reading your posts. Yeah, she's pretty legit. She's kind of the shit. I won't lie. Spy looking yuck. Yeah, it looks like it wants more downside, but we'll see. Cannot argue the fact we've had multiple liquidity grabs in the 1 and the 5 minute hold up today into the gap fib. So kind of what we expected. Again, if we were going to go up today, it was going to be into a calculated area. If we were going to go down today, it was going to need to be under new fresh levels, which we have yet to do. Excuse me. Real quick, while I'm looking at Triple Q and TMUS, what is everyone's favorite song? Or, if not your favorite, what is a song that you like a lot? Got rugged on it, but it's a small one. It looks like it will make a comeback. What is this? I mean, I know what it is, but like, what the hell happened here? It's like I'm looking at a wasteland. I'm trying to get the top of that candle to the open of that green candle. I'm not looking right here. I was trying to get it without having to extend it again. And I'm kind of doing the same thing here. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that one alone. This is an interesting pullback because I can't tell, like, is this a good shoulder or not? So let me go to a bigger time frame just to see, is there any notable candle here? Not really seeing anything notable, but we can go to the monthly and maybe see if we have any emerging candles here. Nope, there's not. All right, let's just grab some levels then. Okay, so they almost got down to that next area. So that's what I need to focus on, is that on the daily. I was trying to get a more like a more exact like area to draw, you know. I don't know how I was trying to word that. Sometimes I know what I want to say, and then when I start to speak, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna say it. Like, trading in your head makes so much sense, but then like once you try to put it into words, sometimes you're like, wait, what the hell am I saying? Or it just comes out weird because you're awkward like me. Let's grab another zone. We go from the low to the high of that. Yeah, that was right. I was pausing for a second because I didn't know if that was right. It still doesn't feel like 2025 yet. Alright, Alexis. This is what I would be looking at. I'd maybe even add this just because it's kind of, it almost lines up with that. But it's just kind of cool how it like acts as like a higher low and potential lower high area. So it looks like this is like your make or break. So, and it looks good for more short-term upside just based off positioning and where it's coming from. But be careful of earnings. Looks like it's towards the end of January, about 2 weeks from now. 16 days on the dot. So a little over 2 weeks. And if it is going to reject, it's most likely going to stop here. But who knows? It's T-Mobile. I don't know how this chart works. I also have no clue how the options are. I have no idea. I don't know if I've ever done this on stream. But back in the day, we used to do this all the time. But if you don't even see them on here, it's a little bit of a question mark. Oh, wait, not this screen. Oh, no, I am on the right screen. Although I can't go down as much because I'm not a bar chart premier member. Well, who wants to be a bar chart premier member, bro? Literally nobody. All right, well, I don't have the scroll wheel, but I'm sure you could see it in there. I don't know. Sometimes if you don't know like a ticker, it's just nice to check it out on a website, or the options chain on your broker itself, and just see like what's the options volume like, what's up. Where is the option info? Oh, here we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, I have to be a Premier member just to see that? That's crazy. Wait, is it Premier or Premium? I thought I read Premium earlier. Now I'm seeing Premier everywhere. Alright, well that didn't help answer my question. That chart doesn't look bad though. I wish it was on a different ticker that I was actually like knowledgeable of. Not like you need to be knowledgeable of a ticker to trade it, but it definitely helps. Alright, I'm gonna leave the 5 minute like that so we can see the gap down, we can see all the movement here, what's left, what's above, what's below. And then here on the 1 minute will be a little more zoomed in so you can see exactly what's going on at the minute. Again, guys, be sure to drop a like on today's stream. Thank you guys again for sharing it around. I don't know if you guys did or not, but either way, thank you guys again, because we had a little higher than average view count in today's stream, so somebody did something. But appreciate that. Thank you again for all the likes on today's stream. I'm not ending it, I'm just being thankful. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about any basic shit that you feel like I would get mad at because it's like something that's like super simple or repeatable, then please ask now. Like this right here, this is your time. This is officially a safe space. You can ask anything except like obviously stupid rage bait questions. But not all of you type that stuff. Some of you just like to be trolls. But if you have any actual legitimate questions about a trade you may have taken, we can go over it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the hand of God, like everything I says is right, everything that I don't like is wrong. That is not the case. If I'm ever going over something, I'm purely going off of the system that we use here. And I try my best to kind of... I vocally will let you know if I'm being biased or not as I'm going over something, because there are some things I think we all know I'm a little biased on. But that's every person. But I go over everything. I try not to be biased when I go over stuff, because it's just kind of cringe to hear that stuff. It's also not good to be biased like that. You should genuinely be open-minded. Trading on your phone is so hard. Yeah, that's why I give props to Ripcord. Ripcord has got to be the best phone trader I've ever met. Jump Around by Fatboy Slim. Thank you, Jacko, for answering me. What's up, Jacko? It's always good to see your name. Facts, I'm looking for the test of 216. Possible gap fill there. Only one contract. Okay, so you're just doing... Okay, good stuff. Yeah, and it has a pretty clear invalidation. I would say if today's like halfway point gives up before the base of where everything was holding breaks, that's a pretty good early sign that it's trying to go down again. Even if it doesn't actually make a new low, that will be a good early sign of like, hey, it's probably trying to make a good short-term move to scare people into thinking that it's going down more, even if it isn't. And if it is, then hey, you look like a genius. Nobody has any questions about any of their trades. Every time I come in here, you guys always want me to look at your trades. Nobody has any trades they want me to look at from any of the past few days. Past few trading days. I can't say past few days. We just had a weekend. Any questions are fair game right now. Is it actually a 30-minute inside bar? Oh, yeah. I was like, no, it isn't. And then I looked at the clock. I'm like, wait a minute. It's about to be. Good call out. And why is this a perfect timing inside bar? Carter, please answer this correctly. Anybody can help answer as well, but why is this such a perfectly timed inside bar? Because it's, what, What part of the day is it? What are we gonna do with HD boss? Here, let me pull it up here in a second. I will actually pull it up in a second, not like when I usually say in a second, and then I wait like 2 hours. Lots of consolidation, CDO, lunch. Exactly, it's 10:30. What is the 3 phases of the day that I always go over? The first 2 hours of the day, 8:30 to 10:30, which in Eastern it'd be 9:30 to 11:30. And then we go what? After 8:30 to 10:30, 10:30 to 12:30, which is basically a little bit before lunch and a little bit kind of after lunch. So it kind of covers all of lunch and a little bit more maybe. So, which I don't know. I feel like I've heard from different sources that lunch is treated as an hour. Lunch is treated sometimes as like 2 hours in that time zone. So I'm just going to go with my thesis of 2 hours. 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. So, and then the last part of the day would be 12:30 to about, close. So a little bit before the last 2 hours of the day, and then, So actually it's 2, 2, 2.5. 2, 2, 2.5. That's actually kind of hard to remember, but that is what it is. I remember the times. I've never actually thought about the increments. That's actually kind of funny. I don't know. I said 3 thinking there was 8 hours. I wish. If you can guess what breakfast treat I'm eating, well, you're a genius. I don't really know what else to give you. Oh my bad, we're supposed to look at Fuck, where did his message go? What ticker am I supposed to be looking at? Oh, HD. Fried pickles. It's 10:30. What kind of man do you think I am? Fried pickles at 10:30. I'm from Texas, not Florida. Yo, fried pickles do slap though. I'm not like most Southerners though. I can't eat too many of them. Like I'll have like 2 or 3. I'm like, bet, yeah, that was pretty good. But I can't sit there and just down like 30 fried pickles. Like you're basically just eating a whole fried pickle at that point. Quill eggs? No. What the hell? Who do you think I am? I'm not that bougie, bro. He's got me eating quill eggs at 10:30. Yeah, fried pickles is a real thing. Well, it's like the ones that we eat down here, at least in Texas, they slice them and then they fry them. So it's like tiny pieces of it and it's fried. It's actually pretty good. It sounds weird, but it's actually pretty good. But like I said, I can't eat too many of those. I don't know how people eat like a whole ass pickle in one go. That's just crazy to me. Like pickles are alright, but they ain't that good. No, if the ones you want to eat, the southern treat that you want to eat, and this might be a thing across all of America for all I know, but are jalapeno poppers. That's honestly what you want to eat. If you get like a fried jalapeno popper, oh my god. Bro, that'll put you on your ass. No, but I'm eating donut holes from Shipley's Donuts. I knew none of you were going to guess it, because, I mean, some of you were clearly never going to guess it. Someone over here typed fried pickles, and then BC says quill eggs. Like, bro, I'm not a 1%er. Texas is crazy. Honestly, that's most of the South. It's most of the South. I know people from Arizona and Florida and all across the South that would love the shit I was talking about. A lot of Southerners really like that stuff with like, you guys gotta remember, people from the South really like fried stuff with like dipping stuff, right? So like if there's something that's fried, they will somehow find a way to dip it into something, right? Most of the time it's ranch, but people really love dipping fried things into whatever. It's almost not even the idea of, oh, it's a fried pickle, or oh, it's a fried jalapeno, or this or that. Like it's generally just they just love dipping fried shit into stuff. That's just my people, man. I claim them. I've never met a person from the South that doesn't like that stuff. The Zax sauce? Talking about Zax from Zaxby's? Who don't? Bro, facts. You're preaching right now. Who don't? I couldn't have said it better. Who don't? You learn so much about trading in Southern culture here. Bro, we had a pretty awesome organized argument in here one day. I mean, it wasn't really an argument. It was like an informative conversation. But it was funny because, like, I'm from Texas, and then we had someone from Arizona, we had someone from Florida and California, and just all these states that, like, Hispanics migrate to. And so we were discussing the difference in Mexican food between the states, because it is different, right? If you've had Mexican food in Southern California or in Arizona or in New Mexico or in Texas, you know that it's different. Like, every single one of those is different from each other, and it's because of the different heritages of Hispanics that migrate there, right? Certain people from Mexico go here, some people from Mexico go here. Most of the time. I'm not saying that's the case for every time they migrate, but it's just like, that's why you have different levels of Mexican food and different, and that's like, we were arguing like they were all the best, and then we, at the end of the argument, we're all like, wait a minute, these are all just really good apparently. Plus, for the South, you know, like, we get all this amazing Mexican food. Like, bro, if you don't like Mexican food, you're tripping. And if you're from like a state that's like above, I don't know, if you're like past like the middle of the United States, you're not eating real Mexican food. Like, I'm sorry to tell you that. Like, if you're in New York right now and you're fucking raving over some like Mexican food, it's not real, bro. It doesn't count. There's a place in Montana. This is like the most white thing I think I could ever say out loud. But there's a place in Montana. I only know this because I have a friend. Or he's not my friend anymore. I don't talk to him anymore. But he lives in Montana. But he told us there's a place there called like y'all have like taco places in different states, right? And they normally call them like, you know, Roberto's or like Los this, Los that. You know, something with like Spanish in it, right? You know, something that like sounds like it's from Mexico, right? Well, this place is called Taco Dave's. Or Taco Dave's or Taco something. It's like, it was like the most white name ever. It's like, what? Like, it was definitely not a Mexico, you know, kind of thing. I was like, what? It was the funniest thing ever. It's like, of course it's in Montana. They got fake Mexican food up here. And it was just kind of a funny conversation. Because everybody will like sit there and be like, I have the best Mexican food. No, I do. It's like, bro, they're all good. Can we just agree? Can we just agree we're all winning? Yeah, that was a pretty fun stream. I don't even remember when that was. That was a while ago. If you were here for that one, that was a hilarious stream. That had to have been a full day Friday stream. Like, there's no way. I had to have been sitting here laughing for like 3 hours straight that day. There were so many hot takes, and then all of them were like super accurate at the same time. Taco Bell is real? Yeah. It's a real place to go to and pay for food, yeah. Is it real Mexican food? Fried shit and barbecue, Southern diet staples. Blooming onion from Texas Roadhouse. I feel like I haven't had that much, but it is really good. I've had it. I need to go back to that one. Los Cucos? Bro. Yes. No, bro. If you're saying that because you heard me say it before, you're real as fuck. But not joking, Los Cucos is the greatest Mexican food I've ever had. John Smith's Tacos. Oh my! I just read that one. I'm trying to catch up to y'all's comments because I'm like talking at one screen, then I'm looking back and reading on the other. By the way, we're rejecting with another potential lower high here. If we end up breaking this level, pretty good chance we go down to the meat of these here. I'm not even saying today's open, but that would ideally be what you're going towards. So just be aware of that. I also wouldn't be surprised if we broke it and then retook it here on the 1 minute, and then on the 5 minute it's just a wick, because we've done that so many times today. The whole liquidity grab low. Have I been on Marvels? No, I have not. I don't even. It's free, isn't it? It's like the one trendy game that came out that I haven't played yet. But no, I have not been playing it. Marvel Rivals, if that's what you mean. I heard it's really, really good, though. I have not heard a single negative thing about it. I have seen some funny memes, though, because of some of the skins that have come out for some of the characters are like some of them are basically naked. And I saw that like a bunch of memes where it was like, dude, Marvel's is about to make trillions of dollars, and it was just like showing pictures of like some of the skins. It was like, Jesus, dude. Yeah, I sat there because I watch anime. Like sometimes that happens in anime, and sometimes it's like to make it more cinematic. Sometimes it's just like whatever, like. But sometimes you're sitting there and you're wondering, you're like, wait, somebody actually had to draw that, like someone had to actually draw that. Sit there for whatever number of hours and draw that. So that means on Marvel, someone had to actually sit there and like, you know, whether it was through whatever program, I don't care. Someone had to actually make that. So you can't sit there and tell me that they don't know what they're doing. Like, well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's good profit, whatever. More money, more power, apparently. But I just thought that was funny. Like, that was the first thing I saw on that game. It wasn't even gameplay. It was genuinely like all the memes. Don't look up the memes on the mods. Oh, dude. I don't even... Yeah, I'm not going to. Thank you for the warning. The main screen bounce is hilarious. Yeah, boob physics, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, they are going to make a lot of money on people. I'm assuming it's a free game and then you buy stuff in the game, because that's how most like popular games are nowadays. Which honestly, that's pretty cool. If you aren't making a free game and then expecting to make money in-game currency, like, you're probably making a pretty weird game. Or it's niche. Oh, it is free. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you know if I play it, Carter. Do I have you on? Yeah, is it on? I'm assuming you're on Steam. Oh wait, is it cross-platform? Like, can PC play against controller? I saw a post once. The SFM artist gets their hands on the character. It's a. You did not know I liked Los Cucos, also on in Houston for good Mexican food. Don Carlos. Yeah, I used to only eat Las Rosas and Los Cucos, and Las Rosas closed. Well, I think they closed. They had like a remake, and then they turned into something else, so I haven't really checked on that place in a minute. It's in a weird part of where I'm from. But yeah, no, Los Cucos is like crack to me. That cheese, I'm not joking, is like... I said it in the stream before, I'm like, it's literally like liquid drugs. Like, you'll just eat it and you want more. You could have your meal with the queso and then like be eating some chips with the queso after you eat your meal, and you're still like, you don't even care that you're full. You're like, no, I'm gonna keep eating. That's just how good the cheese is. Like, it's not normal queso. It's like some angel came from Mexico, was like, yo, let me bless you real quick. Like, it is the greatest queso ever. Hands down. I also got to do their water heater. I got to estimate their water heater whenever the hurricane hit. One of them flooded their like main store. And I didn't know water heaters could be that big till I saw it. I was used to like, you know, under 100 gallons. This thing was fucking huge. Study reveals that cheese triggers the same part of the brain as many drugs. Wait, actually? I know you're memeing. I wouldn't be surprised in Los Cucos' case, dude. If there was an actual like case study, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the result. Yo, I'm sorry if this is louder than mic. Yo, them donut holes slapped. Grilled cheese every week. It's like, it's not because of my crippling depression and because I'm broke. I actually love grilled cheese. I'm not blaming you, that was a good meme. Okay. We can stream longer. I got visual confirmation. All right. Should we do a vote? You want 1 or 2 charts? If I see a one-sided vote in the text chat, I'll just do it, but... Do we want 1 or 2 charts? We're kind of done with the whole... the reason I do this, but does anybody even have a question on why I do this? Or are we all on the same page? We're all good. 4 charts are on crack. Is the music actually good? How has the music been today, by the way? It's a new playlist. That election gap fib bottom is strong support, but... Oh, is that what that gap is? I need to do that more. I need to start labeling them. That was very smart of you to say that. I didn't even realize that's what that gap was. I honestly have just been like so lost on the fact that I'm just stuck on it. You know, I'm focused on it. I didn't really care what it was. I was like, come on, give me something. Enlightening. Is that good or bad? It's very relaxing. Okay, so I actually did a lot of like deep diving. So like this screen, like this one here, and then the new thumbnail. I mean the new, I don't really know what to call it. Like the border stuff. I turned it yellow and all that stuff, and the live button, and then the new music. I found all this stuff on the internet last night. Pretty crazy. You guys gotta check that internet shit out. It's actually insanely helpful. And there's some other ones I can do too. But yeah. But for now, that's all I have. I just have like a starting soon scene and then a like, here's the stream. That's all I have. But yeah. But I found that music plays because I was like, there has to be like someone on the internet that actually does this like for a living. Like there's no way. And I found that there is somebody. Stream Beats by Harris Heller. So we'll test today's stream. If the audio is intact, then we can keep using Harris Heller's music because they have music for like all kinds of genres. So I just chose one genre. There was like 500 plus songs in there, right? But yeah, excuse me. I was like trying to exhale and burp at the same time, and it just kept not coming out. But yeah.
So I put some work in this weekend just to try to see if I could make the stream look a little cooler. I wanted to turn the lettering on the like text around to yellow because, man, I don't know how y'all would look at that. I would literally I went back to the playback and I was watching. I was like, man, this shit's bright as hell. The white on black was a little too much. The yellow on black's a little bit more easy to look at and not as much of a. I don't know. It's a little more defined, is what I'm trying to say. Like you could see it's a border of my screen, whereas before it was just kind of like, I don't know. Can we bump in membership only, dude? I wish. So for unlisted streams, it really depends. Like, if somebody wants to go back and rewatch them, like we're not going to be able to do that, because it'll also do it on unlisted streams. I'm pretty sure it will, at least. Maybe someone can back test me on that. Google it. We can use the internet again. But to go over why I use the 5 and the 1 minute, it's because the 5 minute gives me a good overview of like everything I have here. And then this is what I'm going to actively actually try to trade or just actively watch. It's sometimes just nice to kind of see like, oh, it's breaking this. Let me see how this would work. So this is like where you actually do your trading. This is where I would do my kind of overview, my eagle eye, you know, just kind of getting a view of what's up, what's down, what's next, you know, what has it done? Because on this, I want to be focused on what's happening right now so I can see exactly what's up. On this one, I want a little bit of a difference on that because I want to be able to see context, right? I can't really see all that if I'm zoomed in on, you know, just the recent context here on the 1 minute. Also, the candles are different, right? These aren't going to be as... How do I put that? These aren't going to help me put myself into a trade as much as these will, but this is what I'm going to be looking at to get me into the trade, right? So like if I see, oh, liquidity grab, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then I see like a good level, I'm going to go to the 1 minute and I'm going to see like, all right, let's see. And then within, let's say it's 840, right? So that makes that 5 minute candle 840 to 845. So that means if I can catch a entry towards the end or middle of that candle, that would make me even more excited about that, right? So if it happens at the beginning of the 5 minute candle, that's fine. I guess you can get in, but it's not as exciting because you're literally catching like the beginning of a candle, right? 1 and 5 minute. Whereas if you're entering 2 to 3 minutes later on this chart, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You'll be towards the middle of a 5 minute candle on this chart. So if it does end up closing and give you that extra confirmation, then it gives you even more confidence to keep holding even after your initial entry. So it's kind of like a feeler to kind of like not be in as much danger. But I'm not really ever looking at 2 at a time. Like there are two charts on a screen. Yes, my eyes can't deceive me there, but I'm focused on just this chart for the most part. And then sometimes I'll kind of glance over at this if I want to, but it's really only if you're really like actively trading. But it's kind of nice to get that concept going. Plus, it's nice to review, like, all right, how many minutes are left in this chart? So it's 10:53. All right, that means in 2 minutes, this 5 minute candle closes. You know, it's nice to get that down, and then doing that from open to whenever you get off your charts to go for lunch or go for the end of the day. And thank you guys again for all the likes and everybody tuning into the stream today. It's been a lot of information in today's stream. I yapped a lot in the first like hour, 40 minutes. So definitely check that out if you're kind of tuning in late or just now joining us, or maybe you weren't here the whole time. But today was definitely super informational. So I really do appreciate y'all for supporting it and stuff. Losing my voice again. I use the internet. They do get copyrighted as well. Yeah, I figured. It's YouTube. Now, if we did unlisted streams on like Twitch, we could listen to anything we want. But that's a whole different platform, so that would really be up to y'all. And personally, I don't really want to because all my shit's on YouTube. And if we're gonna, you know, keep building up a platform where you guys are invested at, I would like it to be on that platform, which is YouTube. So that would have to be like a community decision to do Twitch streams. That's not even just me. I can't make that decision alone. That's not fair to people who have a $5 membership on my YouTube. You know, it's like, yeah, it's only $5, but it's like
Well, what if they've had that membership for like 6 months? That's not just $5. That's $30. It's turned into a bigger conversation there. It's like, am I really risking, essentially shitting on someone else's money just to go to a platform so we can listen to different music? And then I look back at that and I'm like, it's not that serious. So we can keep listening to this kind of music. Now that I actually took time to find other like professional playlists, there's not just this too. I can show y'all here. Might as well, so I can give this person credit. So they have like, here, let's just do this. Oh, that's gonna make me go through all of them again. How many songs have we gone through? Oh, we're on 78. All right, well, you can see what I mean. Wait, do they have them here? Please be right here. Okay, they are. Oh, no, they aren't. Okay, well, they had... I don't know where I saw this at, but they had playlists. I guess it wasn't just this. Harris Heller. I, can't take that name serious. Okay, here it is. This is what I meant. So you see what I mean? There's, all types of playlists. There's, a mix of random shit, and then there's lo-fi hip-hop, which this is the one we're currently listening to, which I didn't even see it had that many videos in it. Then they have EDM, they have Arcade Pixel, whatever the hell that is. Synthwave, more lo-fi. And then there's, all kinds of other ones. And I was reading on the internet that this person does this. See, even right here, DMCA free music for your live streams, safe in YouTube videos, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. So that's what I thought that was cool. Here, let's go to the next song. So yeah, kind of cool. A little different than usual, where, normally I just pick out some random shit music and I play it over and 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 over again until we all go crazy to the point where I don't even put my headset on anymore. So, yeah. And yeah, nice lower high here. Getting a breakdown of the 570, 670. See if we can break up this higher low trend built up from current day open. We've already stopped it once and twice from here, so if this does continue to sell off, expect this as more of your major target, but whatever the halfway point of this is probably your more major target, because as you can see, we've been stopping every time we go down towards this level. So I'd watch the halfway point of that range, and then if that breaks, that probably is going down to here, and then if that breaks, probably are going to test low, and if that breaks, you know where I'm going with that. Level by level by level. Kind of cool to see the lower highs actually get some follow through. Where's Discord? Oh, it's over here. Wait, what? What anime is that? What is with y'all's profile pics lately? Down, 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 down. Damn, look at the cojones on D-Touch. Oh, this is from the first trade. Okay, I remember Andrews. Card. Okay, so most of you guys already posted your trade reviews from the morning trades. Yeah, this was like the passive play. This is like aggressive. I see what you're doing though. Yeah, that was crazy. But that gave you pretty good early information. And good job not selling instantly. I know it probably would have been easy to just sell it instantly and take a nice L, but you actually waited, so that probably wasn't as bad as it could have been. And then you bought calls. Yeah, good. Yeah, because you have that context of like, well, we did all this. We probably will go up. Into the high, then the passive play. See, this is the right way to go from, oops, I'm wrong, to how to be right the rest of the day. It's like, I don't know about grabbing more puts after that, but I am proud of you for getting into this call play. Be like, you know what? Buyers are definitely present. I know that because I lost a trade and it did this. It's not just because you lost the trade. It's what happened. And look at that test, guys. We just reached the... not just the halfway point of those levels, but we actually reached down to the 575.77 again. So if we break current day open, brings into question, do we stop at today's low? Do we break today's low, make a new low? Most likely, if we break current day open, we will make a new low. But that brings into question, so can't ignore it. And then 574 is under that. Looks like Peoples is going to start being more active. Again, he messaged me. I know some of you were... well, I don't know about some of you, but I was curious. I was wanting him back. My bad, lag. You asked what is that level. I'm pretty sure this is a gap fib, or a gap level, not anything normal. Like this isn't an emerging candle or anything. Yeah, I think so, yeah. So it's from the election. But just kind of grabbing the barriers of that is really all that is. Like, oh, here's the top of it, here's the bottom of it. So not a normal level you would see me add. So good question. Because yeah, definitely not a natural level we would have from like an emerging candle or anything. I just wanted to mark it. Thought it was interesting. And then this area from the video, which you can see that in the member only channel or the levels channel in Discord. But that video shows pretty much all the levels on my screen right now. Except this one, of course, because this is today's open within the gap fib, but that's because that just happened today. But besides those, everything else is in that video, and it also covers, you know, kind of the game plan. Now, of course, I'm not able to say like, oh, we're going to start up here or start down here, but I also cover it in that video too, just kind of going over what to do or how to adjust if we do have a different open, you know, regardless of gapping up or gapping down, because I know that could be kind of annoying too. But yeah, that's another reason I like the current day open so much, because you're always going to have your recent gap, whether it's up or down. You're always going to have that recent barrier marked, which is kind of what it is. It really is like a barrier. I always call it a pivot, but It's like a wall. Bullish on white monster. Oh my god, Sinful. You were actually kind of hot with it. That was a little too quick. I'm not going to lie. Like, that was so fast. It took me a second. Like, I got it in the same second, but it took most of that second to process what you were even saying. At first, I was like, "No, he's not drinking white monsters now, is he?" And then I realized what you actually meant. That was next level. Seeing it bounced off the open. Yeah, I love seeing that happen. This is why I hold so much praise to this level. The open is seriously the most impactful pivot point every day. And then that's what we were saying earlier too. Second place has definitely got to go to the previous day halfway point, the previous day control point we call it sometimes. And then if there's an overnight gap fib, whatever the 50% of that is. So today was 578.14. That would be your second place level. So like here, I'll highlight them. So here's like first place. And then here's like a second place level. And then here's a second place, your other second place level. But it's so far, it doesn't even matter right now. Like this, us getting up to here would be like normality. But we're so far, that might not even be normal now. Like us getting up to 580s, I could see that happening. 582s though, it's a little crazy to say in one day. Especially after opening, down like that. Normally when you open down, you go up, you hit the 50%, you make a lower high from that, you break it, you go back down more, right? That's like an average down day after gapping down. What did we do today though? We already talked about this like 100 times. So I'm not going to repeat that again. But we made a good rejection of the 50% eventually, and now you finally have gotten the move. So now it does bring it into question, like based on order of operations, doing things in the right order, do we continue to make new lows like how it should? It didn't do it back here. Took its time. Now we've gotten that rejection of the overnight gap. Do we finally make this move? It should. I would definitely say higher probability. But you have this most impactful pivot point sitting right in its way. If this was any other level, I could sit here and confidently tell you that it's going to break this level. But because it's the current day open, I have to sit here and be like, well, it could bounce here. I have to actually think about that possibility. If this was just an average emerging candle or 570, 670, this would probably be breaking this and moving down towards 574. But because current day open is under that and it's the barrier. Well, I mean, look at this bounce. I mean, God, dog. This is crazy. Every time. Like, if this doesn't, like, make you trust your levels more, I honestly don't know what will. Like, I would say back testing and, like, all that stuff is helpful, but the main reason it's helpful is because, like, you're always looking back and looking at things and how they work and not work, right? So when you finally see it in real time, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be perfect. No one is. But you're able to make a better calculated decision on what you want to do instead of, like, I mean, essentially guessing is what we're up against. Yeah, good shit, Mel. Yeah, into that open was good. Good stuff. Like, you can be bearish all you want, but, like, that's a very important level. Will you always get a bounce from it like that? No. I mean, sometimes we do just straight up break it, and that's where the bigger move comes from. But that's what the pivot point is. It's where better, impactful moves come from. So you can almost always count you're going to get a pretty nice move from 570, 577. Every single time? No. Combined with other context? Yeah, most likely yes. But yeah, pretty cool breakdown there. And you see what I mean though? Like earlier I was saying, like today really isn't that fancy, and it's got so much opportunity and so much stuff to talk about on it. Right? Imagine a day that just went straight up or went straight down. Not saying those happen just all the time. They definitely don't. They definitely don't in the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Bouncing from 570, 670 again. Like, it almost brings you to question, like, did they just do this so they could fuel this again? And Kevo brought it up too, and a few other people too, like the ranging, like kind of expecting that after opening lower and not getting instant momentum to the downside. Like, see us not breaking today's open and moving in the first 30 minutes to the downside is a pretty good sign of like, all right, well, maybe today we'll range a little bit more, but we'll see. You know, you really don't know. It could do that end of day, it could do that lunchtime. But here we are, 11 o'clock or 11:10, and still no break of the current day open that's actually led to a downside move. It hasn't actually done anything down there. Days like this can be difficult, especially if you switch around too much and you get in your own head, but they can also be very informative. Like, I feel like today I'm kind of happy that I only took one quick scalp. I didn't jump into anything crazy big or try to trade it a bunch. Like, I feel like I was cool, calm, collected, didn't have to do much. I can take a lot away from today going into tomorrow. Which, today wasn't that great, but still, I still think it was a great day. Just based on movement. It's been a lot of movement up and down. Not just, you know, a bullshit. It feels like a range day because it is. It's only 0.5% down on SPY, but if you actually look at what's happened, we've had a lot of really good movement today. And there was like never a drop off in the viewers today. What's up with that? I feel like sometimes we get towards these boring parts of the streams and everybody like dips out, but you guys actually all stayed in here today. That's what's up. Shout out to you all. Weird, usually Mondays are very bleh. Yeah, I know, for real. At least they feel that way. I feel like I don't like to stream a lot of Mondays because of that. Like, in my head they feel like a bleh. But maybe it's just a mindset thing. Who knows? We're all learning. That bullish engulfing at 575, would that be a good entrance for you going long? Bullish engulfing at 575. Are you looking at the 5-minute chart or the 1-minute chart? Sorry. Because there is one right here. Now, Kyle, you might not have been here earlier in the stream, but this is actually where we scout from, was this candle. And then some of my more passive traders took trades towards the end of this candle, which on the 1-minute looks a lot better because you can see it's a little bit more manageable, which... Come on, chart. Quit messing with me. On the 1-minute. Oh, okay, so you're probably looking back here. On this one right here. Or this one. Never mind. That's an engulfing. That's not. You mean this one? Sorry. Okay. Yeah, no, that would actually be the passive entry. It kind of sucks that it's such a large looking candle compared to the rest, because it most likely will psych you out and be like, oh fuck, maybe I'm too late. But in reality, it's the more passive one because it's not the low, right? You never want to enter the first low. Like, yeah, this would be, of course, the most profitable spot to enter because, duh, it's the low. But you and me don't know at the time that that's going to be the low, right? So what's like a cool calculated way that we could do that? And it's the buy the dip method. Right, if you've ever watched any of my playlists on this or old videos on this, I have a bunch of breakdowns on this. But essentially, you just wait for the low. It has to hit a notable level, right? So what's the notable level? Today's open. Very notable. I just got finished explaining 2 times over today why this is the most important pivot point of the chart every day. So you want to wait till you actually hit it, bounce off of it. Once you bounce off of it, you want to go from the low to the high of the move. So actually it'd be the top of that red candle before they slowed down, right? From there... If they're holding 50% of what I call the impulse move, which is from the low to the high of the first move, from the, bounce of the support from whatever you're bouncing, in this case it's today's open, then this not only gives you a good spot to be bullish above with a stop loss. If it breaks under this, we're definitely wrong. I don't want to just watch the low. I mean, if you want to set it at that, you can. In this case, not that bad risk reward, but in other cases might be worse. It's not just a stop loss, but also a place to be bullish above. It gives you extra targets that aren't just hard set levels like way up here at 578, 55. Like, I don't think it's fair for me to be buying the dip after all this movement way down here and not expect a little bit of, bullshit, right? I think we can expect that this might not go to the moon if it's already done all of this, right? We should expect for smaller moves first. Then, if we have runners outside of that, then we can maybe start to aim for the moon a little bit. But you should never just straight up aim for way up here right off the rip. You know, if you have extra contracts, that's cool. But yeah, this is how I would approach it. And this candle, this is why I was saying your candle would have been the passive entry. So it would have sucked seeing it move this much, but you could see it held it perfectly. So if you ever want to buy the dip correctly, that's how you do it. You don't just look at random shit. You don't just have emotions, be like, oh, green candle, bye. No, you definitely want to have a good calculated approach. Because, again, if you're going to do something as risky as buying the low of the day potentially, you should probably have an exit plan for bad and for good, you know, in case it does end up moving more. Which, in this case, this would have been exponential for you. Yeah, Kyle, that's actually a good entry on the 1 minute there. I thought you meant these earlier because it was the same concept. The literal exact same concept. Except this is more of like a retake of open early day kind of thing. This is more, you have way more context over here. We have way more context of what's happened now that we've been over here. So I would actually kind of like this one a little bit more. It's not going to move as much most likely, but regardless, it's definitely a better, more passive entry. Good risk reward, makes sense. Very clear cut. Exactly. It's almost the next higher low. Like, in the moment, while you and me are probably trying to trade that, we won't know that, but that will be the idea, that that's possibly the next higher low of the day, that is. So, yeah, you're right. And, yeah, entry-wise, too, yeah, that would be essentially the higher low. But, yeah, if you guys have ever been on my channel before, this is actually one of my oldest concepts, because this used to be, like, I used to think I was crazy for seeing these like that, and I never had a good name for them, but I used to call them just straight up buy the dip. BTD setup, because that's all I could think about. That's what it is. It's a base build buy the dip strategy. That's literally all it is. It's like, whether it's to build a base and just range trade the rest of the day, or to build a base and have one good move up, it doesn't matter. They happen all the time. And then you can even do the inverse of that too, and that's what we call the lower high retest or the Lee test. So pretty cool. You can also add other cool things onto it, like 9 EMA, which is probably the only thing I would tell someone to add on their chart for short-term trades. Regardless of overnight swing trading or just quick scalping, would be the 9 EMA. The 30 TEMA was more something I was just kind of having fun with because it was a little bit more passive to add on top of it, but you can even add indicators with it, with that whole fib system, and it'll help you out. But with the fibs, it's definitely a little bit more accurate, and you feel like you have a little bit more grip on what you're doing. Good question, by the way. That was good. See, that's the kind of questions I want to see. Simple and clear cut. And there's so many avenues of conversation there too. Like, we didn't just go over what he wanted to talk about. We went over a bunch of other stuff because, I mean, again, if you're taking some of these trades, you're never really relying on just one thing. You are almost always relying on a few things to kind of get you in or to get you out, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Oh my god, I just fucked it up. No, thank you. That was awesome. I had fun talking about that. I like when people ask good questions or like lead me into a good conversation because it leads into like really good like examples and analogies that I've never talked about before. Like it's that's why I always say talking about trading is weird. Like if you ever actually talk about your strategy, it feels weird to talk about. So the more you get it off your chest, the more comfortable you feel with it, the more confident you are, the more examples you have that maybe will even help you better understand what you're trying to do. I know back in the day, I'd always tell people like understanding is essentially just breaking something down to a more simple fashion, right? Like that whole conversation of like, if you can't break it down to a child, you can't break it down to me. Like you don't understand it yourself. But in reality, I mean, that's right. Like if you can't sit there and break it down to a simple fashion, like, or be able to break it down in multiple ways, like you don't understand it as well as you think you do. So it's kind of cool coming up with like analogies and cool examples and just And sometimes not even that. It leads into talking about other stuff, and then that might help trigger certain things that you're talking about. Maybe someone's struggling with something, and I said one thing, and bam, like light turns on. Sure, that turning that light on might lean into hitting another wall and having to learn other stuff, but it's still nice to have that light on. Still nice to learn a little bit here and there. That sigh of relief of like, oh, thank God. Thought I was going crazy. Definitely feels like you're going crazy sometimes when you're just grinding away, and regardless of results, it's just like progression in itself can be felt in so many different ways, not just in terms of money and gains and losses, but also just like what have you actually picked up from when you started. Sometimes it feels like a lost cause, sometimes it feels like you've done your job and now you're just kind of like on that maintain phase, which, as you guys know, like we've always said, that's the hardest thing to do in trading. It's not getting started, it's not even finding a strategy. It's generally once you find a strategy and you find your groove and you find doing it over and over again, it's that maintaining. That's the hardest thing to do. By far. Getting into trading, that's easy. Finding a strategy, that's as simple as making a sandwich. What's hard is doing it over and over again and maintaining and actually, not feeling like you're going crazy mentally. You don't want to lose yourself while you're trading, but also, making you make more harsh decisions. Like you shouldn't ever feel like, oh, I have to do this or do that. And if you do, like most of the time will lead to a crazy loss or some crazy stupid mistake or just something. So it's very important to, take breaks or like remind yourself you don't need to trade every single day, or maybe you need to study more. You need to go over what you're trying to do more. And regardless of how much you're trading or your pace is, it's just nice to go over things again. Like I said, a sigh of relief. It's just nice to have that, like, I don't know. It's nice when you go do some stuff and you're like, finally. It made sense. But we're kind of hitting towards the end of the stream here now. But like I said, if we have any more questions, let me know. I would definitely be glad to go over different things. As long as it, is of course something we actually go over in here. I'm not going to go over Bollinger Bands if I don't use them. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. But if not, I'm going to end it there. I do appreciate all the likes. Shout out to Kevo, gifted 10 YouTube memberships today. That is actually nuts. That might be close to the single gifted record. I think it's like 10 or 15. So it's up there. That's crazy. So thank you for all the likes, all the conversation, all the questions. I really do think, honestly, today's stream was pretty awesome. There was a little bit of in between when I was getting those donut holes and we were kind of chilling here quiet and conversating a little bit. But outside of that, I mean, most of this stream today was us going over stuff or going over a trade or going over where we're bullish or bearish from and why, what to do once it does something, being conditional, if this then that, going over all that today. And all kinds of topics. I can't even begin to, list off the things we covered today because it was a lot. Honestly, it's a big goal in these streams is to go over a bunch of stuff. So I do appreciate that and everyone in them. But with no other questions, I don't see any other questions in there. I'm going to end it. So thank you guys again. Appreciate you all. Thank you. If you guys have any other questions or anything, and I'm not streaming, go into the Discord. It's not just me in there. There's tons of awesome leaders who have emerged from just being some quiet person in the back of the room, to people who have turned into super confident people who are just talking nonstop in chat and just don't shut up. No, I'm just kidding. But it is nice to see some of those people emerge and grow and really show their confidence and not just for themselves, but it's cool because it helps other people too, So I'll see you guys in the Discord though. And yeah, have a good rest of your day.